two.
That sounds fun.
We in? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest.
Let's start again when you put your phone away.
One sec.
Because
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm getting it back for 3 weeks ago. Me and him were using our phone and say, wait, guys, will you put your phone away?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest podcast on the planet Earth. It is Where's Your Head Podcast.
I don't like your energy.
Yeah, I don't like your energy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the deadest podcast.
I don't like the energy either.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Where's Your Head Podcast. It's your boy Katie.
King Grooves, we are there now.
And we got a special guest. You got to tell me what. I didn't want to ask you there and then, but you got to tell me what's on your face.
What's on my face?
Yeah.
Makeup now. Don't be Raz.
She told you not to what kind of makeup? Because I was watching a makeup tutorial yesterday, yeah, and it just dawned on me who came up with the concept of makeup.
I don't know.
People say it's Egyptians, by the way.
But makeup, men used to wear makeup back in them times, you know.
We're not talking about men now.
It was useful to everybody, apparently.
Sorry?
It was useful to everybody at some points.
But yeah,
Useful.
Makeup is useful now.
but no, talk to me. What is it like?
It's expression.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to know. I genuinely want to know what it is like.
My makeup.
Not makeup or the white stuff.
It's eyeliner.
Oh, it's a different type of
What are we talking about, though?
the dots.
No, is this your first time seeing it?
No,
Yes.
I'm asking. What I'm curious about is, are you asking about the design or are you asking about what makeup I used?
No, the design.
The design.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It was just an expression.
Ah,
I did it accidentally one time. I was like, you know what? This is cute.
You did that accidentally, but it's
Like
like
I put
symmetric.
I put one dot
yeah.
on one side of my face, and I was like, this is cute. And then I just kept going.
class. No, I love it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have Feli speaks in the building.
Wow. Only one person clapping.
Do you?
Don't mind him.
You won't call.
I was the one that was introducing.
You won't call. What about you?
The guest.
Don't throw stone from glass house.
Feli speaks. How fun now? How's everything?
I'm good.
You're good. I
Yeah,
know you've been in Nigeria a
blessed.
lot recently.
A lot. Well, I was there for about a month.
Oh, jeez, how was that?
In December, it was great.
So,
It was sunny.
Yeah, it was. What like? Was your experience pure good, or was that like? Would you say that Nigeria is a half and half experience?
That's a hard question. Nigeria is chaotic.
yeah.
I think Nigeria is chaotic. Lagos specifically, let me know.
Chaos personified.
I was in Lagos and specifically it was chaotic, but
Yeah.
it was enjoyable. I think I went specifically for enjoyment and rest, which is ironic.
Chaotic place.
In a country like
but I
Nigeria.
didn't have any responsibilities, so I let it fly.
Did you get into any trouble with like the Alopa?
They give you. You had to give
Or
money.
the area boys?
I didn't get into any trouble.
But there might have been some encounters.
There might be encounters.
One or two.
Yeah, sometimes you need to like not rough anybody up, but like so you need to chat back, especially in somewhere
someone
like Lagos.
I know recently went to Nigeria and they stole his phone.
No,
Yeah,
you said it wrong.
That's
He went to
Oh my
Nigeria.
god, I heard about that.
He went to Nigeria as an iPhone user, came back as an Android user.
No, he told me. He told you guys the story.
No.
Don't tell me the story. I didn't
came
actually
into
hear
the
it.
car
It was
with him.
crazy.
They went
They
in the
got
car
in the
with him
car with him.
to go to the ATM or something.
Yeah, that's
to
it.
take money out.
Yeah.
And give it to them.
Was it police?
Yeah, police.
Police.
Shit.
Yeah.
The guy that's your corner.
But when they took his phone, that's I'm going. You know what? I need
I
to
thought
invite
he was
him on
like
to
robbed
the
on the
story.
street or something. I didn't know it was like.
No, he was. No, this is two different occasions.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
no.
talking about when they came to his car to say take.
Anything for the boys.
There's another one where it's just area boys who said,
Anything for the boys
No,
again.
you want to hear the story? It's absolutely. They touched him a little bit.
No, not
And
a caress.
Yeah, a little caress thing. His phone was gone, and he clocked there and then, and it's like.
And he didn't do anything about it. Did he
What,
find
How
it?
what can you get in
How
Nigeria?
can you?
No,
Boys,
you
I
touched
want
them
boys.
back now.
Ah.
We're touching each other.
No, that one is an acquired skill.
Touching each other.
Heavy.
No, it wasn't quick. No, I know exactly what happened. It wasn't
Heavy.
quick. No, they touched him and he stood. No, when they touched him, he touched him
froze.
back.
He was kicking out, but hear me on this, yeah.
Okay.
He's running it. I want him to tell the story perfectly, yeah. But he's running after the person that has his phone.
Oh fuck.
Oh, so you
Wait,
know the person.
Once you're running,
Wait, he's running after the person that has his phone,
he's lost.
and then they're going into a place where there's less and less light. then somebody shouts from the side, "I won't run in there if I were you. They have cutlass."
No, they give me a warning. Yo.
They carry cutlass there. Oh.
My guy said, yeah, let it go.
No, when you hear not even knife, cutlass. Guy, I'm walking back.
No, they use that on trees. What are you talking about?
If I hear cutlass, is your phone? You can have it. God bless
I didn't
you.
want it anyway.
That's the password.
Nah, I don't
Nah,
need
that's
it.
rude.
Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah,
not that important.
a lot of times when people tell me about the experience in Nigeria, especially like, just even getting to the airport and just having to like sort out the boys.
Do you know what? Sometimes I'm ashamed.
You're ashamed.
I'm ashamed of this, but sometimes you have to have naira on you for emergencies.
Yeah.
If you know you're about to be held up, in the airport is the riskiest place to be in Nigeria, I think, because you could, let's say your flight is at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
and you're just at baggage handling part and you weigh your whatever skills and you're over by like 1 kg.
Yeah.
Yo, if you get a stressful
fee?
person, you could be there for another 2 hours until you like give them like 2k naira, which is so awkward.
Naira.
Awkward.
Is that not like two quid?
2k naira is probably like,
€5.
I don't know, €3. I don't know. Yeah. It's not a lot of money, but like it's still, you don't understand. Have you ever tried to bribe somebody in broad daylight? Do you know how awkward that is?
Never tried to do that.
I'm so uncomfortable. There was one time the guy was like, "No, give it to me." I'm not good at this. I don't.
What a bribery.
Do you know what I mean? I feel so bougie in those awkward circumstances. Oh my god, awful.
Do you know, you can't go to a country like Nigeria and say that you're going to hold on to certain values.
Yo,
What
Forget
values?
it.
What core values?
Forget it.
No, my guy.
I will never bribe anyone.
No,
My guy said,
can't.
my guy from not even the same guy.
It'll
The guy in my church said that, bro. When I get to Nigeria, I put my backpack in my front.
I hate that
That
joke.
comes back.
No, this is awful. You guys let him get away with this regularly.
It's funny.
It's awful.
Really and truly, like I hear it. Like for me, listen, I'm going when I'm ready, when I have enough family there.
What?
How is that going to happen?
If you don't
What
go
do
and
you
start
mean?
to
Go back.
Wait, have you guys never gone?
I've been there
Back?
once in my life. I was like 11.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Of what?
Like the not understanding the airport bribery, blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
I just hear stories of it. Everything I'm saying is stories.
When last were you back?
Me?
Yeah,
I haven't been back.
bro. Culture
I
shock
haven't
is a thing still.
Yeah, definitely.
The
It's
culture shock.
definitely a culture shock.
I
And
remember
you can't
Nigeria
stick
though.
out like a sore thumb, cause they know. And then if you look weak, somebody will try.
Yeah,
you.
but they could even just see your skin and know that you
No,
wasn't.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. You can't stick out like a sore thumb. Like
Yeah.
you already look different, but like
Yeah.
you can't then be caught slipping.
Yeah, even the way you talk, they will just know.
Yeah, but you can't like let them smell weakness. You know?
No,
Understand?
okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying
Yeah.
like even if I try to say if I practice Yoruba in Ireland from
It's not about Yoruba though. It's not generally about like speaking Yoruba. It's about, I don't know. Like,
mannerisms,
Like
is it?
your mannerisms.
yeah, your mannerisms.
The
Like,
lingo.
like that. Me, I do not.
no, you don't even have to do all that.
Yeah,
He'll be
you're acting like
calm,
you're
you
like
know.
him.
You know that?
I can tell that you haven't been to Nigeria.
No, obviously.
Me, no ma.
Oh my God.
Yeah, riff raff.
Yeah, roadman. No.
Yeah.
Is that, no, do you have more words or that's your limit?
No, you know,
Because
I
if
can
you
speak
say
Yoruba
that like
if
4 times, you can't.
yeah.
So maybe 4 times in 10 days. Oh, you're fine. You need to rotate.
You space them out. Like,
Listen, okay, so you said you went for rest. Did you achieve that goal?
yeah, do you know what? I really did.
Yeah.
I really did. I think because I went specifically with no obligations. I didn't have any responsibilities except like chill out.
Cool.
So I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Where-
was really
where'd you stay?
intentional. Stay in Lekki.
Like phase 1,
You've heard about it, have you?
like phase 2. Roundabout.
Wow.
Like it's okay.
Wow.
No, don't mention targets.
Wow.
No, that's the place. I'm mentioning
It's just,
locations.
no, it's just mentioning random landmarks. Like,
Yeah, like phase 1. VI.
wow.
What does
Me, I was
VI
in VI.
stand for?
Victoria Island now, and then there's Banana Island. Bro,
no, he's like, I'm Leonard. Excuse me.
I know these
Google.
things.
I'm so proud of you,
Yeah,
David.
thank you very much. I appreciate you.
I'm glad you know things about Nigeria. Or
Yeah.
Lagos, Sha. Where are you guys from? Like, where's your, what do they call it? Your villages?
Iboku.
What?
Sorry, are you Yoruba?
Yeah, bro.
No, it's supposed to be.
You're supposed to be. I thought your parents Yoruba.
Yeah.
In and around Ogun State.
Yo, okay, you're
In
from
and
Ogun
around.
State.
Couldn't tell you, mate.
Where are you from?
I'm from a lot of places.
No,
Worry.
you don't know, do you?
I'm not worried.
This guy's mushing.
No, he's Yoruba now.
I'm from, is it Ilesha? I think Ilesha. No, Ibadan.
Are you sure?
I'm sure Ibadan.
Okay, okay.
I'm sure. Trust me.
Okay. Where are you from?
Mom is Lagos, dad is Abeokuta.
I love that, you know. Do you know Abeokuta is a really strong
Yeah.
kind of a word. I love random Yoruba words like
Yeah.
What does
Abeokuta.
Abeokuta?
Yeah.
Under
exactly.
the rocks.
Under
Yeah,
the
under rock.
My dad is.
Under the rock.
Oh my god.
So you had a game to start with new English.
Okay.
Ooh.
What's a noun?
Oh,
A noun
Jesus.
is a what's a noun?
What's a noun?
Flip sake, but
I
yeah.
actually don't know.
I got a C1 in English, high level.
Fuck.
I haven't done this
Noun.
since primary school.
Oh, noun is a flipping.
Come on, you can do this.
It's a descriptive word.
No, it's not. That's an adjective.
Ew.
That's an adjective.
I knew that. I just wanted to
gonna
test
look
something
so
a
stupid
little
on
bit.
Guys, come on, guys. You can
man.
do this. Come on, wait, think about it. A noun.
Noun. Like think pronoun, then noun.
Listen,
Oh, help.
no, do you know what? Hear me on this. I know what a verb is.
I
know what
That's not what you're
I know what an
fucking asked.
adverb is. I
That's
know
not
what
the
a
question.
vowel is.
That's not the question.
What
I
is
know-
a noun?
I know what a consonant
What
is.
is a noun? That's the first one you get at, like, taught. Seriously. What is a noun?
A person, place, thing.
Thank you.
Wait, did you tell him?
They
They told him.
They gave you extra fuck off.
Now you guys
You
didn't see
don't
that.
You didn't even take time.
You guys didn't see that.
You need to learn how to cheat.
Yeah.
If someone
you
gives the
didn't
answer, I'd be like,
even
I'm not sure.
You didn't even let
I
it
knew
come
it.
to
You
you.
I was
You just
testing
go
you guys.
person place thing.
You did get obviously somebody told you.
No, not a chance.
Yeah,
I've already answered my own adjective, so
But
you can move on, Felicia.
mentioned noun as an
What's
adjective.
an adverb?
Oh my god.
A verb now that it has an ad.
Pay that.
Do you know there's no need for you to do this to everybody? You answer it without looking at your phone.
Yeah,
Oh, an adverb. An
after reading everything.
An adverb
You read everything,
Oh,
mate.
get
is a
out,
verb
man.
that describes a verb. And simile now is like as
What is onomatopoeia?
onomatopoeia.
Wait, onomatopoeia. Give me a sec. Is giving. Watch this. Watch this.
It's coming.
It's,
I
di-
said,
it's,
what's
it's,
the-
it's different. It's very different from.
It's not different. No, so what is it?
Because
Not what it's
I want to show you some
different
things I know. It's,
No,
it's,
don't tell me what you know. Answer the question.
Oh, yeah, goes. I want to express my wealth of
Onomatopoeia.
knowledge
Shut me
by
before-
bringing you
before we-
around
Okay, okay.
to bring you to the place.
Don't be a con artist. Answer the question.
Onomatopoeia is actually giving like objects personality.
No, that's not onomatopoeia. That's the other
That's
one.
not what that is.
What's that one called?
Don't hurt. What?
That's the other one.
Giving objects personality.
Yeah, personification.
That's-
Or
that's
mental
not-
illness.
Or mental illness.
Oh no.
He's one of these two.
Sometimes,
Why would you give an object personality?
Sometimes
Why
things
is
are
an
precious to
onomatopoeia?
you and you name them. Like your cars. Why do men name their cars? What's that
My
about?
car doesn't have
I
a name.
don't have a name until I have my dream car.
Yeah,
that's
when
when
you
I
have
have
a-
a
when you
name.
Yeah, but the fact that you even still aspire to name it, what is that about? Tell
So,
me.
why
And you
won't
give
you
it
name?
women's names too.
Why won't you name something that you drive in?
No, my
I don't
my
understand.
car's
Was
no,
that supposed to be profound?
Yeah, deep it.
No, there's no depth in that.
no, cause no, Felicia, deep it.
Shallow.
We name our bodies.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Our parents
Other
name
people
us.
name your bodies.
What's the name you're giving yourself?
Oh, we go myself.
Yeah, what's the name you're giving yourself?
You don't give yourself a
Myself,
name. Somebody
no.
else names you. Oh, shit, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
we give ourselves names, so we give our cars names.
Feli speaks.
I like that. I see where you're going.
So there's depth in it, right?
I'm interested in
That's
where
an
you're
angle.
going.
King Grooves.
The car that you're living in, you have to give it a name. So the car you're driving,
It's
you have to give
weird.
it.
Do you name your house?
Mine's gonna be Bimbo.
I feel offended by that. I don't know why.
Bimbo, Bimbo sounds like a sick name. That's a look at name.
No, not Bimbo.
Bimbo as
not
a car.
No, not Bimbo. Bimbo.
Bimbo.
Bimbo sounds like a really good name.
Okay.
You
She said
keep,
bimbo.
you keep slashing it, bro. Like you're
Bimbo
just
sounds like a
upsetting the name.
Bimbo.
It's terrible.
Is Bimbo not a highlight or something?
I don't know, bro.
No, like the term, not the
My
name.
guy
the
was
term.
saying harlot.
I don't even
No,
know
it's
what.
a really biblical kind
Yeah.
of like
Harlot.
saying
The
slut,
harlot,
like,
the harlot of.
such an angry way of saying slut, man. Like harlot.
Bimbo.
Okay, so Onomatopoeia.
You're still here, okay. I thought we even moved on because you don't want to fail this one.
Alright,
Don't
what can we
remind
do? What
people
can we
of
do with
this.
What is it? No, what? No.
Tommy's Googling, isn't it?
Are you Googling it?
I am.
You know, no shame. At least
I am.
learn. Instead of forming.
Is what?
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey.
Caesar.
Hey,
When
did you
it's
give me the answer?
onomatopoeia is when it
He just
sounds
fi-
like
he
what
just-
it like.
They literally
Like-
just gave it to you.
Like what?
Bumble. B. Or wait, or sizzle.
I hate that you've done this. I hate this
No,
experience.
it's right.
David, I hate that you've done this. Bumble. The worst thing I've ever.
Bumble. Hey, we're gonna talk about some poetry in a second. Don't worry about that.
Oh,
I
no.
know about some things.
You know
I just
things?
don't know the terms.
Like you about that life.
Come on, you know this.
Oh yes, you do.
Yeah, come on.
Sorry,
How?
sorry. Can I ask you?
How?
Why?
Boom.
Why?
Let's go.
Why are you not on the streets rapping anymore?
We'll talk about that in a second when we get
Are you
into that whole. Yeah,
serious?
we'll,
No. Why did you drop it and then I can't pick it up? That's
We
me.
might as well just go there now.
Yeah,
So why
that's
are you on the
Why
streets
are we
not rapping
delaying
anymore?
sweet gist?
No, it's just let's play the game, bro.
No, the game's over now.
The game's over. Why are you not on the streets rapping anymore?
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess I've asked you a question. Answer
Like
it.
I don't.
I don't know. Maybe God called me to ministry and to
He
go
still
and talk.
raps though, and he still writes.
But obviously not in the public. Why?
Yeah, he's not releasing it.
You're like one of the
I
hardest
saw that
rappers.
that podcast was more.
No, you were rapping on-
was bringing more results.
You're
I'm
rapping on
screaming.
bar for bar.
Yeah,
Should we put a clip just here?
yeah, it's killing. me.
Insert.
There you go.
When last did you like get on stage?
Oh, 2019.
Ooh, that's a minute ago.
2019. I've not been doing it for a minute. Yeah.
Why though? Is it personal?
Because
Should
it was,
we,
no,
should we go there?
lockdown just kind of just shifted. No. Music in itself, I just didn't like. I didn't like it anymore. Like I didn't like.
Did you fall out of love with music?
Yeah, I didn't like. I realized there was so much business involved in it. You know what I mean?
So you weren't doing it for the love of it
Yeah, anymore.
When did that change? When did that switch happen?
Yeah.
Actually,
Like when I had to realize that, like for example, I was doing shows all the time, but then when you stop doing shows and you had to like see how to promote this and then you realize that you have to know so many different people to be able to get your song anywhere and all these type of things there.
Do you think so?
The issue is you probably need a team around you.
I did need a team. I don't
Yeah.
want to have a team anymore.
Do you know what? A lot of creativity, like or creative work, comes with more entrepreneurship that you're really
than
told.
it seems anyway.
Yeah, like that's something I definitely learned really early with like
Yeah.
creating. Like that I also had to be an entrepreneur, definitely. But like I don't know. I miss your flow. It's been a minute.
You saw some of the stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean, you were on those stages before I even started picking up mics like that.
Yeah.
Oh, the streets
Like
miss you.
there was
bro.
a few people. Do you know what? Oh, don't be fucking corny. Who is missing?
No, the streets miss you, bro. Give the streets what they want.
Yeah, bro.
Nah,
Good.
man.
What is happening here?
Blah, blah, blah.
They're just
They're
For the
milking
class man
it.
angle.
yeah.
They're milking it.
They're
They're taking the milk. No, but like I'm
Taking the
shocked,
milk.
Sha.
No, but I feel if
Sorry,
I
go on,
feel
go on.
sorry. I feel if you like Jesus is good.
I'm
God
dead.
bless Jesus. Jesus is great. But man,
Jesus is good.
Rap about Michael.
Rap about what?
My dad told me to move from the gospel into the secular scene.
Yeah, man.
That's
Your
that's-
dad-
That's the only advice he gave me in life.
Your actual daddy.
My actual father, my biological father. So he said,
Yeah.
David, you say all this Jesus that you're rapping. He goes, do like Michael Jackson. You can
Scream. Do you like my
The problem with that is like he didn't even give you a rapper to compare you to.
No, he just said.
He gave you a
just,
pop
Well,
artist.
he gave me melody. He gave me.
just move on.
He goes, yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson.
It was funny, but like.
Do you know what? Sometimes all you need is somebody else to have the business end of things, but
Yeah.
you need to really trust that kind of person. If you don't want to get involved, I had to really like teach myself both ends of the stick. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
You don't trust anyone like that.
No, I don't trust anyone like that, but I can't not have any knowledge. Like I
Yeah,
can't
of
have
course.
somebody else steer the course of my career.
you've heard of so many stories that the
Too
manager
many
just-
artists.
Like
Too many artists.
Shagging.
Also, but I guess the trust thing as well. But then trust with like, I know what you're saying. I guess when I think about my issue was I had a manager at a time as well. But there's like you have loads of like promises of things.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my dad, bro. But like
Oh, trauma. Men's trauma is not funny.
No, you see, everyone's laughing because he
No,
doesn't
because
know
he
the
knows what it takes a
See,
pause when he
no, I
says
used to laugh at men's trauma. I've changed.
an awkward
He's a
pause.
fool. Don't mind you.
yeah, no. But like honestly, like promising, like like we'll get you here, we'll see where we can get you, and then none of those things happen, or you're more or less making moves for yourself.
But is that the what was your beginning point? Like, I think when people forget why they create,
I still
tend to
create.
stop. Like, ooh, I suppose.
Like
I suppose if you still create, then
yeah, like I'm
that's
still
a
I'm
different
still in the
conversation.
studio. I'm still writing, but I'm just not releasing.
Would you be a ghostwriter?
Ooh, that'd
Of
be
course,
interesting.
of course. I was listening to something I was writing the other day, like 2 years ago. And it was absolutely phenomenal. But yeah,
Yeah, and you'd give it away or sell it.
of course.
Have you tried that?
No. I'm. There's too much things on my table
Oh,
to
you
do.
should be writing a lot for a lot of these rappers, you know.
Yeah, God knows.
Not necessarily even a lot of rappers. I think you understand musicality enough to explore different genres even.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. My music is not my focus at the moment. I don't even listen to music right now.
That is interesting for somebody that was knee deep in rapping.
Yeah, I don't even listen to music anymore.
So what feeds you?
Right now I'm very heavily into just the word, like literally like scripture, preachings. Like that's all I consume now. I don't I consume podcasts here and there. I don't. Like if I'm listening to a podcast, it's probably like a leadership podcast.
So the only thing you're taking in is religious teaching.
Religious teaching, self-help stuff.
Okay.
Nothing really, like, yes, at the odd time, like I watch a lot of like African, Nigerian like
Movies.
Yeah,
Or
skits.
TV
Yeah,
shows,
I watch all
yeah,
those.
okay.
That
That's really
entertains me.
interesting.
But other than that, I don't know the latest albums that are out. I don't know. Not because I think anything of them.
No, but you just choose.
I'm
This is
just
what you're
choosing
consuming.
to like overly consume these things. And I'm consuming it at like a massive rate at this moment.
I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with this.
We
but-
could go. This is a
because
podcast.
I'm really like everything fascinates me. I think humans are really fascinating, and the things that they do, and the psychology and the sociology behind everything they do can be explained to some extent the further you dig. So I just.
Let's dig.
So what do you
Let's
think
dig
the
in.
explanation could be for?
Oh, there would be that's at least a 3-hour chat before I get to that nugget. Before I even start thinking clearly about the truth of that nugget. But what I'm curious about currently is like why you decided to frame those things specifically as your only like form of entertainment and learning. It seems.
Yes, it's more so for. So I feel like what I consume doesn't only teach me, doesn't only entertain me, but also I feel like it has a deeper spiritual.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, like a deeper spiritual, like I guess what would you say, like effect over time. So like there's things that happen to me all the time that's like, you know, usually I would break down or I would usually, you know, react in a certain way. But I now kind of like because of what I'm consuming, the only thing that comes out of me is what I've
Consume.
Yeah, of
consumed.
course. What you take in is
and
what
that's
comes
how I
out.
want to live my life. Do you know what I mean? I want to live my life like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so
Do you think that you're a mirror of what you consume? Do you think when people meet you, they can easily tell that you consistently consume religious teaching
100%.
within an hour?
100 within an hour, definitely. Maybe
Yeah.
not within maybe 5 minutes, probably not.
So
But
do you think it comes out of your mouth as well as out of your behavior?
yeah,
That's fascinating.
yeah. I think I'm very like still. I'm not gonna be one of those guys who like who would like push it in your face at all. I'm willing to have a conversation about everything, and then in my mannerisms, I'm still very Tala. Like I dress Tala, you know.
You look like a ruffian.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm not those ones like, you know, present myself and so I can present the gospel to you or whatever it is. I'm just very like how I am, but I my focus is to be relational. I felt like Jesus was very relational, so that's kind of that's my whole thing.
Is the way you consume like information, is it similar?
A lot of stuff I consume are really passive.
You think?
Yeah, for me anyway. But like I'd listen to podcasts while I'm working. I'll listen to something to do something, not particularly just sit down for the sole purpose of consuming. Maybe even TV shows, but even then I'm still somewhat distracted
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like you multi-consume.
all the time. That's like my
Multi-consumer,
existence.
I like that.
That's my existence. Like you won't see me just sit down and listen to a podcast.
So you do you think you're like intentional about what you take in then, even though you're a multi-consumer?
Yes, because of what I choose.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'd listen to like Tim Ross would be the only kind of gospel podcast because everything else tends to be preaching. And then I'd listen to like what's that British guy that does interviews with a lot of people?
Steve Byler.
I listen to that kind of podcast, those kind of things.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then sometimes if I want to laugh, 90s Baby or something.
Yeah.
That many. And then there's music, which is
Yeah, music is a big thing for you, isn't it?
yeah, but I don't listen to music as much as I used to
Why?
because I stopped enjoying music.
Hey, whoa.
I'm too mentally critical. I hear everything. So it's
So you're listening as an artist and not as an...
so
Yeah,
music
yeah.
is like
Like
it's
a
like
consumer.
it's a chore almost sometimes.
Uh,
Because if I'm listening to it, I'm just like, oh, why did you make that decision? That doesn't make sense. Or that was very smart. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So I don't listen to music anymore. But Little Sim's new album, fire.
what you dropped in December?
Yeah,
I haven't opened it yet. I feel
Fire.
like it's a new...
What did
It's
I
a-
listen
it's
to?
a
Is
gift
great.
to myself.
yeah, no,
I'm
it is.
still waiting.
She's on a different wave.
Because I love
if-
consuming
yeah.
albums.
Oh, I watched a TikTok last week. It was very interesting. They were talking. This guy was talking about how people consume. He was saying that there's actually some people that don't hear lyrics.
Yeah.
What?
They just hear the music.
Yeah.
But there's lyrics.
And then there's some people that hear the lyrics.
I don't hear the
I
music.
don't really pay attention to the music. I'm a music guy. It takes me a long time to hear lyrics.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
almost have to like take out the lyrics
And read.
and
I
read
get
them along to make sense of
But
them.
is it that you hear it, but you're not?
You
That's
can
not
hear
what you're
it.
paying attention
Your
to.
mind isn't processing the lyrics, your mind is processing the music.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
Do you get me? That's why music has always been the fundamental thing. Like even that's probably
So
what
you can't really listen to like just boom, ba, boom, ba.
that's why I don't like it. That's why
That's why you don't like rap.
that's why I'm not the biggest fan of rap. If there isn't any musical like engagement there behind it, I'm just like, all right, cool.
In what?
You're gonna do this for 16 bars and then you're gonna do the chorus. It's like it's too predictable to me. So like someone like Lil Sims, Kendrick, like the music that has so
you
many
love
changes.
To Pimp a Butterfly then.
It was a phenomenal project.
But I didn't like it.
It was.
So
it was
you're a lyric guy.
What?
You're a lyric guy.
No, it was just too jazzy for me.
Oh, okay.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
There was
But
so much happening.
I can appreciate that it's a good body. of
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
but it's just
That's why like Stormzy would probably be a very
I love
top.
Stormzy's new album, actually.
Yeah, it'd be like a very top artist for me because it's
That-
so
I've
musical.
been chewing that album for about
Yeah.
a month
It's
now.
really
I'm
good.
like,
Yeah.
it's really good.
I think. Yeah.
He got really like... You can tell he's grown. He's being,
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing like, I'm an uncle. You
Yeah.
know, come, oh, ye little children, come under my bosom. Let me educate you. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to be a bad boy,
But now I'm not the bad boy
I'm
anymore.
changed.
I'm
It
off
was-
the streets.
It was nice. It was nice, but like you can still get it though. Like,
Like, look.
I really appreciate when you can actually gauge an artist's growth through their music.
yes. Oh,
It's my favorite
it's so
thing.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's literally my favorite thing because like
Yeah.
that's why Shaka. Listen, his first album, you could hear the audio like it was recorded, but it wasn't the highest quality. Second one, he gives you this big 6-song EP with a storyline, there's dialogue in it, and I'm just like, this is amazing. Drops the third one, I was like, yo, this guy is elevating. Drops the album.
Oh, I love that.
I'm just like, this guy is like,
Yeah.
you could just it was just trajectory was going onwards.
Yeah, yeah.
I love when you can see it on someone's music.
yeah.
Yeah, sick.
I don't think I pay attention to artists too much to know to notice those things.
There's only a few for me.
Yeah, yeah, like
Why? Or you don't engage with music as much anymore?
yeah anymore. But like even
How long has that been going on actually?
Oh, I'm
The-
not-
That's so
like
unique.
how long? I don't know. I don't.
To like be a full blown
long
musician and then be
time.
like, I'm not listening to music.
Nah, so what I'm saying is because like if you don't gauge artist growth, that means you may not have been engaging for a long time because like no artist is giving you 3 pieces in 1 year. If you see
Yeah,
what I'm
of course,
trying
of
to say.
course. It's
Yeah.
over a period of time. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Has it been like maybe 4 years that maybe you've just pulled back a little
I've
bit?
never really ever cared about artists like too
Okay.
tough. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
like if,
Interesting.
if I hear a good song, a really good song, like I'd really like that song. Usually I don't. My thing is I don't like to get disappointed. I don't like to go to the album and realize, oh,
You don't like it
yeah,
like
I don't
that.
like. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I like that song. Like there's specific songs that I just like. I'd listen to that. And you say, have you heard the whole album? Like, I've not heard the whole album.
But I've heard the
this
song and I
you
like
know.
the song.
So I don't
enough.
really care too tough about the artist. I think I care more about the
music
song.
itself.
Yeah, do you know. But like now, if I hear really good music, like Percy is always playing like new stuff, and I'm like, I still love it. Like, what the hell? That's
Yeah.
cold. But there's so many notes on my phone. I've asked him, what's the artist's name?
You
What's the
haven't
name of the
checked-
song?
you
I
haven't
haven't
checked
checked it. I just don't have the thing. Let me check that and consume that and enjoy that. Like, do you know what I mean? Not like I have anything against it. I like it.
It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Because he's a musician.
Because especially that, but also like I think most musicians or most people that I know that are like into music like that or have that relationship with music before, they usually approach music as either an escape or something that saved them at some point. Or, do you mean music has a deep personal relationship for them before they started creating it?
Yeah.
So to like, even if you're not like putting music out there anymore, to like dissociate from your relationship with music altogether is a fascinating thing for me.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. I've
Because
never thought about it
it
like
makes
that.
me think, where did your interest in music come from then?
I think my interest from music came because of necessity.
Fucking hell.
So
we have to play in church, isn't it?
I learned drums because
They
there was
made
no
you.
drummer in
In
church.
church.
okay, that's a
learned
different
drums,
Do you get me?
piano.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like it was like it's always I guess it's always appeared to me as somewhat functional.
a chore, like of
no,
sorts.
not necessarily a chore. I wouldn't say that because it was always very enjoyable. It's like a very
Oh, okay,
enjoyable
okay.
hobby, I guess, to pick up.
But it was
Why are you
a
laughing?
functional thing.
Yeah, so I learned drums because church needed a drummer. And the drummer that taught me now went to go and play keyboard. Did you get
Because
me?
they needed a keyboard.
Exactly.
No, that makes
Exactly.
sense.
So I learned, and then it just slowly then I'm listening to music. I'm like, okay,
You're
what?
good at it.
Yeah, what's the drummer doing? Oh, I was like, oh, how do I play that?
Yeah.
And then you just slowly, I was like, oh, you're very good. Can you play for me at this? I'm just like, oh, here's money. Oh, okay, let's do this.
Let's
Then
be
and
doing
you just
it,
become more
okay.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So music wasn't
Did
has.
you like it when you started off?
I
Or
don't.
did you grow to like it?
I don't think I cared. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or so you're just doing it to do?
Yeah, it was just like, oh, let's go to church. Okay, you know them ones.
Do
Like,
you think you have that relationship with other things in your life?
This is a therapy session.
Sorry.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you think so?
Yeah. There's a few times I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Like,
But it has like nothing to do with like how you feel.
yeah.
You're firstborn as well.
Yeah, because
So you could dissociate your feelings from
Yeah.
a lot of like,
yeah, some things I'll do it because I said I was going to do it.
okay, integrity.
Yeah,
okay.
that kind of thing. Like, yeah, I've said
Okay.
we're going to go on this journey. We do it, but like whether or not I want to do it today or not, it doesn't matter. I said I was going to do it.
Yep. Do you feel like that's like to do with like being a firstborn as well? Because like
How? What's the relationship between the two?
so your mom tells you to do something, you
Yeah.
don't particularly like it, you don't particularly hate it, you just do it because
yeah, I guess you can develop that muscle. And
I've
now
developed
you
that muscle.
I know.
Like I could do things, and like I could be at places, do things that I don't want to do, but I know, as you said, necessity. You got to be there. Is my heart in it? No.
No.
But
Yeah, but
am I there? And
Would
would I do?
Would I
would I
rather
do
be
it?
anywhere else right now?
I think
Certainly.
that's for everyone. That's for just if you're an obedient child, no?
Yeah,
Not
but first
necessarily.
ones usually were the most obedient. Last ones are not
I
really.
have that as well.
Are you obedient?
I was very.
But you say you got smacked a lot.
Yeah, he got smacked, but when you don't do, I got smacked because I was making trouble in school.
Okay,
No,
okay.
No, at home.
No,
No, at home. Like when she told me to watch play, I'll go and watch play, even though I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe there isn't as much of a relationship as you think.
Well, no, well, for me, anyways, that's where I.
Do you know what the-
Because my siblings, they're not like me. Like, as in, when I say they're not like me, as in, like, they would argue back about
Yeah,
why
because-
they.
That's because they grew up here, man.
But
Yeah,
also,
they had
like,
a
you
different
probably
parents.
did enough rebellion to.
I didn't. No,
Did you not at all?
So my mom, I was literally saying this to a kid before I came in here, that literally my mom uses me as the whole like David. She even says to this day, like, David, even I know when he doesn't want to do something, but he will just do it just because of me. I said that he's been like, I've been like that since I was young. I wasn't like, I was never like, I never ever said no. She said she remembers the first time I said no to her.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was
Do you think
like,
you're a
I was
mommy's boy.
100%.
Oh, that's so cute.
100%. Like I think it was like 17 when I said no to her because I was something to do with college. I was doing something.
Probably just had a hard time saying no.
No, I
Did you?
I didn't.
No, in general.
No, I'm not naturally agreeable. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I
Well,
can tell.
Yeah, 100%.
that's not who I am naturally.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think my mom really. I don't know if it was my mom, but I was really like anything to do with my mom.
When it comes to her, you are.
What?
Yeah.
You
Oh, okay.
You just say you respect authority.
Respect.
Yeah.
Like till this day, and they like in churches or wherever it is, they like I'm speaking to adults wherever it is, and I still have that like
Say
reverence for them. Like
Oh, that's sweet.
regardless of, do you know what I mean? Even sometimes the white man, I do small, but
Yeah.
I forget that he doesn't know what
There's
I
a
mean.
few stories I've left my mom before. I'm just like,
Yeah, no,
relax.
I get
like,
that.
I have some like older friends, like leaders in positions, and I still call them sir just because I grew up with that whole thing of
Yeah,
of
having
thing.
respect. It's
But
very, it's a very
sometimes, even in work,
Nigerian
I find
thing
myself
to.
telling the auntie is ma.
Yeah.
Work.
No, you're not that person.
Oh yeah.
You're that person.
It's just in
I'm that
you.
person.
Yeah.
It's just in you.
Yes, man.
Like
I'm
you
that
can't call out by her
I
first
kind
name.
of like, I say, if they're much older than me and I have a lot of respect for them, I might say ma'am.
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 But like, ma,
To say ma.
Ma.
why?
That's Emmy.
You know the whole relationship between Nigerians and respect, yeah?
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. And I feel of recent, people make it seem as though it's a bad thing or it's crazy.
Yeah.
But like when you think
It's
of
not
the
a bad thing, but they move mad.
yeah, they move more, but it's
As in,
baked into
who's mad?
Nigerian
Nigerians.
adults.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but
The
like
elders, yeah?
Yeah.
the whole respect thing is actually baked into the language.
Yeah, it is.
Like so, it's almost like you're hardwired as a Nigerian to like be respectful. Obviously, it's always
they do they condition you and they educate you and
Yeah.
they teach you to do
but
that.
the respect is always down up, not up down.
Yeah, it's like
it
respect
never
is a
returns.
two-way thing.
Do you
I
get
don't
me?
understand.
Yeah, I understand that.
I find that really strange. Also, me, I don't do the saying no. I just move mad. I just establish like dominance with madness, and then we'll see what happens next.
Did you used to talk back to
No,
your elders
do you
in
know,
like church?
I was a good girl. I started moving mad when I got into college. I was like, I must begin. Because
You need
if
to
I
start
don't
now.
start now
I'll
in
be
this
stuck
transitional
here.
age of 17, 18, 19,
Yeah.
I'm going to be a pussy-o for life. Have you met an adult
rest of
like
my
our
life.
age that is a pussy-o? It's awful.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
anything any adult says, they're like, shut up, man. Have a spine. Like, it's
No,
annoying.
but you don't want to learn because, as I said, I have obviously massive respect for, and as I said,
Yeah, have respect, but like I'm very much like I have respect for Nigerian adults. I have respect in general. I have respect for my mom, but I had to learn rebellion for survival sakes. Like
Yeah.
because I had to decide what kind of adult I wanted to be and
Yeah.
what way I wanted the relationships with the elders to continue.
100%.
Like I think it needed to be established that like I'm not a dickhead. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm not a child either, and my decisions matter. So I had like it took a while. I'm not gonna pretend because I had real good girl syndrome, but I had to get to a point of like you can't fuck with me, brother. like I had to do it with my mom. I had to do it with my dad. I had to do the elders in the church. Like I would go fingering
the elders in the
everybody,
church. But
Grata-ta-ta-ta, everybody got it. Like, and I think sometimes, like, it doesn't need to be an extreme thing, but it needs to be a sense of like when when you become an adult and you have respect for yourself as an individual, an adult. When you're speaking to another adult that happens to be an elder African, they need to know that you're not to be crossed. I think
Yeah,
it's,
but
in some capacity.
It's like a boundary, I
It's
guess.
a boundary.
It's
There
a
needs to be a
boundary.
sense of respect between you. That like, even if they say something, it's not like you get to disrespect them, but you get to tell them hi. Like,
Well, okay,
You don't get to
I
talk
guess
to me like that.
I've achieved that through communication. Like I,
Yeah,
like,
of course. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to
But I'm like they
still
wouldn't
do
have
it.
sensed. They wouldn't have sensed any like like rebellion or like
Yeah.
David is not to be messed with anymore. It was more so like
I guess-
David has changed the way he talks to us. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
because like
I
before,
think it depends on the person. I'm talking more on a general basis, but
Yeah.
for me, I had to
yeah,
become a bit
that's
rebellious.
dude.
I think you might have met some really good people.
No,
as well.
come on.
You think-
Yeah, really,
No.
It's
There's
different
people.
for-
Yeah, as in I've met the reasonable person, and I've met the unreasonable person.
Yeah.
And I've just managed to like I've been patient because like as I said, I don't know if it's a weird thing. I'm very very relational. I know how to kind of like if there's something wrong,
just break down those
I'm
walls
patient
and-
enough. I'm patient enough to be like, all right, listen, I know. And one thing I realized, because my mom always said it. And she's gonna smack me. I think I was mentioning it to the missus yesterday. My mom was gonna smack me. She would tell me, "I love you, and this is why I'm doing
this,
it." Every time, she would never ever react.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that would be weird to me.
Yeah, no. Obviously, it would make sense like for it to be weird to like, I love you. This is why I'm sparking. But it made me understand. I guess it made me understand relationship personally and communication. I guess like as to why she was.
You were getting hit.
I was getting hit. It wasn't
Yeah.
that she wasn't saying I'm doing this because I'm angry. That was her method of telling
So
me.
it's like I'm going to actively discipline you
I'm
with
gonna
this.
yes,
this
and
way,
you
okay.
know why I'm getting this, but you'll never be in doubt about my love and my relationship with you.
I'm sorry, I have different views about those kinds of things, but I know what's going to.
Why? Go ahead. Let's talk about.
No, I just find like I don't think
hitting.
Yeah, I don't think violence and love are supposed to go hand in hand as a way of educating the child.
Yeah,
my
but,
opinion.
but then, okay, for example,
No, I understand the perspective. I just don't think it's
yeah, no,
psychologically okay.
I don't know if it is as well, but I think with
But I'm glad that you can look at it in a positive like light.
100%, yeah.
I just don't think like you could be the 1 out of 10 in the 9, like Jimmy in the lineup that okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at this positively. Yeah, like but generally.
But I wasn't. But okay, for me, I wasn't smacked often. Like it wasn't like a.
Yeah, it's not about the amounts. See, this part why I don't want to go into, because like I don't want you to feel like you need to defend like your childhood. Like
No, it's not. I'm not going. Well, we don't need to go into that side of things. But I'm saying like, for my mom, right? For her type of
Parenting.
knowledge and parameters
Yeah.
of especially biblically, spare the rod,
Spoil the child,
spoil the
yeah.
child.
oh yeah, if
Right.
you're going to use the biblical angle, I don't.
Right,
think,
but-
that's not going to work for me. Either.
Yeah, no, but do you understand? Like
No,
that's
that's what I'm saying.
That's
I can
yeah.
understand the perspective and not agree with it.
Just does not agree.
Yes, I know you don't agree with it. I'm saying, but like her doing that and also communicating, because then I'm able now to say I understand where it's going. I'm not going to do the same thing with my children.
Yeah,
Do you
I
understand?
get what
But
you
I
mean.
understand why, because that was like I guess all
her-
that was
Feel.
available to
Yeah,
her.
for her
Yeah.
capacity, that's what she could do.
Do you
in that time.
understand?
No, I
And
get
now,
that.
now, like as I was saying to somebody recent, my mom 10 years ago to my mom now,
Yeah.
completely
Two different people.
If she
Very
was to have
different.
brand new kids right now, she'd operate completely different. So I agree with your
Yeah.
statement, but again, with them, they didn't. I think she can love me and still be violent, but not like.
Yeah, no, I get that because, like, do you know, and one of the things I've been learning as an adult, is like having empathy for like our parents.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
like the shit that they come with. You can still like in the same breath be like
Just like I disagree with it.
upset, like
Yeah.
with how they handle things,
Yeah.
and still be empathetic about like
How they
their
handle it.
journey as an individual.
Like think about it. My mom
Because
says, yeah.
some of them like had kids like at our fucking ages. Like,
Yeah.
what
Some
are we
of us are
talking about?
older than when our parents were.
Yeah,
my mom,
exactly.
Like, had like me at like 27. What are you having enough?
I don't feel capable to have a child right now. And then
27.
you've
Are
had
you
two by my
joking?
age.
Yeah.
man.
No, you're having enough.
My mom said her mom, all she didn't say a word to her.
Yeah, you were
Didn't say
saying,
a word to her. All she did was she made like this is wrong step. Poured too much salt in the rice. Waka. So do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's a lot.
you have to
So
understand
even
their
then, there's-
context
there's-
as well.
There was a difference between how she treated you versus
Yes.
how she was
Yeah,
treated.
And there's a good bit of difference in how I treat
So
my
there was a
children.
change as well.
Yeah.
And there has to be
There'll
a
have
change.
to be.
There has to be a
yeah.
change. Yeah,
If
there has
there's
to be
no
a change.
change, then there's something wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a generation.
It's a loop. It's a generational loop.
Yeah, do you believe in that? Like, I guess hitting your child as a form of punishment.
Are you gonna smack your babies?
No, I wouldn't. But the thing I always say is, I got smacked and that helped me a lot.
I don't know.
If I didn't get smacked, I could be doing time right now.
Do you think?
I think so.
It was a wise
I
kid.
think. Do you
No,
know,
and,
do you know
and when
do
I
you know
say
my real
doing time,
opinion is?
I wasn't in any gang. I was just very.
Do you know what my
Your
real opinion
violence.
is?
Yeah.
I think those smacks were because there was a lack of verbal and emotional
yes.
intelligence and communication
Yes.
in those instances.
Yes.
And that's fair
Potentially.
enough because they didn't have the
No, they tried to
resources.
talk to me.
I just
No, okay,
I don't
okay.
know, like
Oh,
even
come
before
to
you
her,
get
go out
there.
that-
Oh, okay,
Do you know
but
what I mean?
you
Even
see-
before you get to the extremity where they will talk to you and you're not hearing, like there were steps that could,
Yeah.
in the perfect world, could have been taken.
it's-
Before you
sometimes
got
it's
that
not about
far.
trying to talk to you. It's talking to you in a language that you understand.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Did you get me?
Trouble, bro.
I don't think you need to
I'm
hit your
telling
children. I think you need to. I think you need to learn other ways of reaching your children before you hit them. I think
No,
hitting them is-
I'm not saying I'm hitting my children. My
no,
kids.
you said it helped. That was your
No, I'm not
beginning
saying for me.
answer.
For me, it helped for me.
Are you gonna hit them or not?
No, I'm not.
Ja, I'm suspecting him.
Do you know what?
They'll just go to the corner. They'll do this one.
Oh, do you know those poses were awful? They were.
So are you with the punishment?
I, do, I believe in punishments, but I don't think hitting. I
Yeah.
don't
No,
think.
but
I believe in
punishment.
consequences.
Yeah,
I think
punishment
they
would
should
be like taking
definitely.
your phone away for like a day or
I think
something.
teaching your children consequences is very, very important.
But like,
And
I don't know if I will need to hit you to pass that message across.
to be honest, I didn't want to have those motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You don't want to have kids. He said, I don't want to have those motherfuckers. Why not?
It's where we are at in this world. Do we?
Yeah,
Really,
yeah,
I'm not
do you
feeling
wanna-
those guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Someone said
It's
to me,
not
when-
appealing. They're not selling it well. Have you seen what's in the market? Have you seen what's on
Nah.
TikTok? What they're revealing about pregnancy?
No, I went
Yeah.
to. There was a thread on
Fuck
Twitter
me.
of women like this woman.
Confessing
She had
what-
she had a slim nose.
Yeah, and then
she
when
had a
she got
child
pregnant, yeah.
nose different.
Yeah.
Jesus.
When she had a child.
When she had a child
And
nose
I- and
different.
those
Do
didn't
you,
go back.
do you know your feet
Didn't
can
go back.
increase in size
Yeah, I know.
and stay increased?
Mad.
Are you fucking
All of
kidding
us.
me?
That's
So,
mad.
so within 9 months, all your shoes are obsolete.
Do you get?
Jesus.
Do you know how many things that can happen to your
hear
body?
it. It's mad, isn't it?
Like you can lose your teeth.
It's Eve, man.
You
Eve,
can
yeah.
lose your hair.
You can go blind.
You can
Go
get
blind?
do you know you can get obsessed with eating rubbish? You can start eating your hair for no reason. You can have hate. You could have hated like fucking chocolate.
And
yeah.
all of a sudden
before you were
love it.
pregnant. And then suddenly you're stuffing your face with chocolate. You can everything happens to you. Stretch marks. Your stomach can collapse. Things like literally you can have this part of your packs that can like just split, bro. It can split.
Yeah.
Like
Like
a part
when-
of your
when you're
stomach,
giving
act
birth.
like
All of you guys
muscle
were out
can
safe
split
delivery
in
videos.
half.
And then also like when you now hear of like actually
Do
the
you know?
birth
Do you know
and
that
the
they stitch
tearing.
they stitch that you can have
The
a
vagina,
4-degree tear. They stitch your bits together. You can't have sex for 6 weeks after. So many problems.
Ah, but to
And
be
then
honest-
wait, let me finish my rounds. Excuse me. But you're asking me why. Why? Like they had a fucking load of reasons why you shouldn't be putting your life through such trauma. It's a near-death experience. Ladies, where's my camera? It's a near-death experience. What are you doing?
No, but to be honest, if I could take the place of the woman,
Oh,
I
shut up,
actually would.
bro. Fuck off.
I would.
You know you can shit yourself while you're doing this. How sexy.
So you shit on your baby.
Why not?
You could be giving birth and shitting at the same time. How sexy.
So that's it.
It's very lovely.
Because you're pushing like
So what rubbish? What do you mean why? Do you know that, wow, and then on top of everything you go through in labor, so many issues. You can't even have medical racism. You can't even die. For real, for real.
Yeah.
They can just
Oh, yeah, because they
decide.
think black women are stronger.
Do you mean, like, they could put the epidural in wrong. Did you know that the epidural in your back, what did they, it's like, it's not even, I thought it was an injection, but actually it's some sort of a shunt or something. They put it in your back, and if you move and fuck up, paralyzing.
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Wait, if the-
like, do you know how crazy that is? And then you come, like, if, let's say you survive all of that, right? You survived in 9 months. You survived your teeth falling out, right? You survive all that shit. You push baby out. It's healthy, right? You take that motherfucker home, and it's gonna keep you up for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And
Then
then
you have
you're
no,
not talk-
you
you're
have
not-
no social life. You can't fuck your husband whenever you want.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
The real important stuff.
Are we kidding me?
No,
You have
and-
to wait for you to heal.
Yeah.
On top.
Alice, you'd be great.
Then you have to waste money on a babysitter. Fuck this.
Yeah,
Of course.
Hey, listen,
because
you
I'm not
regret.
doing it.
You regret.
Nah, I'm done with that. I'm not. Do you know what? It's a joke. You're having a laugh. I've just thought about it, and they're not that fucking cute. You know?
No, but do you ever see some babies?
Whatever.
Yeah. I've seen some babies.
You will grow over it. You will grow.
You will grow to his ears. You will grow to his head.
The least it could be is cute. The
Yeah.
least. You're feeding that motherfucker every how
Do you
many
know-
two
It's
hours?
not a mother
Do you know what I'm saying? When you put all of these
Sorry.
things into perspective, imagine you now say, go and get me water. No.
You have to throw him across the sink.
Are you mad?
Listen, I wasn't there when I was there, but I didn't. You know, when my mom gave birth to me, it was tough for her.
Look at him.
According to her, it was tough. But listen,
No, not for my child to be talking like
said no,
this on a
she's
podcast.
here now. She had 3 more.
Fuck.
At the end of the day, I think obviously I understand that there's massive dangers, and what you described was like
It's actually
crazy,
scary.
but it doesn't compare to the blessing, does it?
Fuck blessing.
Master the process.
Are you kidding me? Are you
Hey,
kidding
listen,
me?
when you see that beautiful child, and everything's any mothers shout me out, man.
No, but imagine,
when they see the
imagine you
kid.
have a
They're
kid
all
now.
right, like
Imagine you had a kid now. Say me and you had a kid at the same time.
Me and you.
screaming.
No, like
Hey, yo, hey, yo.
Should they be a cute couple still?
You reckon?
I think they would. No, I think it would work. It would work.
No, imagine me and you had a kid now, and everyone was calling my baby cute, but when it came to your baby, you
I'm
just said,
screaming.
"Oh,
Oh, a baby.
Congrats.
would you catch feelings?
Oh,
course, man.
wow.
They say, how old is it?
Of course, we're pushing. Say we're pushing our
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
in the
yeah.
shopping center, and people are coming up to your kids and say, "Oh my, so cute," and they say, "Oh, congrats to me." I mean, yeah, we'll catch your chest.
Would
Definitely.
you?
Like, I'm
Me?
pissed off.
Would you?
I will catch chest. I'm
why
not
is
going to
that
pretend.
what
What
my
do you
kid
mean?
That's the
Look
kid's
at
problem.
you.
No, but no. As in, it's
my problem,
It's a
it's my
reflection of
child.
me. That's a reflection of me. My work. Come on, man.
It's not your fault.
True.
I hear it, but come on. Why is my kid ugly, man? What's that about?
If your kid is ugly, what are you gonna do?
Pissed.
What, you,
Shit.
you'll be pissed or you?
I'll be pissed, yeah.
Yeah, you hide it. That's it.
Just hiding your kid. Why can't we see a you? Nah, I'm protecting him from the world.
Isn't that what Drake did?
No, that's what Drake did.
Well, yeah, no, I hear it. I do. Like someone said to me when it wasn't even so much about the process of pregnancy. It was more so about bringing a child into this society, into this type of world. And she was like, "Yo, I don't know if I want to raise
Yeah, that
somebody
too.
here."
That too. Also, I'm suspicious about my parenting techniques in the future. I'm very suspicious. I don't know how much.
What type of parent do you think you'll be?
Do you know what?
Well, would
Do you
you
know,
be
despite
strict?
all the healing that
Yeah.
you do in therapy, you don't know what kind of person you'll be until that child is in front of you.
Yeah,
That's
of course,
another
of course.
scary thing. You really don't know how you can like deflect to what your mom used to do or what you used to see.
Of course.
And that is scary for me. I don't want to be responsible for
definitely
fucking
easier
up
said
a
than done.
human.
Definitely easier said than done. Like,
But I feel. Do you know what? I think it is impossible for a person to be born and then grow to adulthood unscathed. There's always going to be some form of
Yeah, but
trauma
I don't want to be the one that started it. Do you get me? I want to deliver them to
Let
the
me be the
world
dad.
and they'd be like, not the dad either, because I chose the dad. Do you know what I mean?
That's
I
true.
chose
It's
your
still
father.
your
It's
fault.
still your fault. Do you know what I mean? I want it to be like, do you know what I mean? Like,
there's
I
no-
raised you, I kicked you out for college, you fucked your whole life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be but also, like,
No,
their
but for them to
decisions-
do that,
but
that would
also
be
their
this
decisions
one
in
gone.
adulthood is still reflective of like how
you
I
raised
helped
it.
that. Like,
Yeah,
if it was a random thing that fucked up their life, it's different, and they would turn out really as a great member of society. Excellent. I don't mind that so much, but I don't want to be responsible for adding to the litter of fucking idiots in the world.
Do you know? Can you? Could you?
Wait.
No, think about it.
Do you
get
like
a lot
kids?
Of, no, you.
No, but you-
No, I
you-
like
you
kids.
bro-
I can like kids and not want to contribute menace to society. I don't understand.
No, but we have seen some people that we've looked at them and I'm like,
Do you get what raised that?
What?
What?
Yeah.
what level?
check boy.
Yeah.
What
are you
raised you?
thinking?
What
And then,
raised
do you know
you?
what we don't talk about enough is how selfish it can really be. They're like, did you really need to have 3 kids? Like, are you kidding me? You couldn't just have one and be okay. Like, you needed 3 replicas.
No, because you need them to play with each other, no?
So they can raise
Yeah,
I
themselves.
know, but
up.
be
Dolls.
fruitful now.
Man,
Be
what?
fruitful and multiply.
Yes,
Multiply.
you can't multiply 1 time. What you do 3 times? Are you a photocopy?
You now see families with 8, 10 children.
Like someone like Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
It's selfish. It really is.
You see, you know,
Like
you
more
know,
kids are selfish. I
No,
don't
yeah,
agree
having
with that.
like
You know,
more
we-
kids that you can really truly raise.
Nick Cannon,
I
he does not have the capacity to raise
You
all the children he
cannot.
has.
It's not money that you just need.
Like
you need
a lot of his
actual-
children will say, "I have an upset dad." They're gonna say that.
Exactly.
Maybe all of
Stupid.
them. How many children does he have? Like 12 of them.
That's crazy.
Maybe even more.
How many days in the week? 7.
And he's like, what?
Over
in his-
2
is he in his 40s or his 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 40.
40s.
40s?
40s, yeah.
It's gonna be checked out soon. Like, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things.
But I think his thinking is just let me plant as many seeds.
I think he has a disease, actually. I heard he
What
has.
disease?
I forget what it's called, but it's one of those ones that you can't cure. So he wants to, like, be fruitful and fucking multiply.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Stupid.
I hear it. Like, I
He has
definitely.
lupus.
That's
Lupus,
it,
yeah.
He has
lupus. He
lupus
can't-
and he has 12 kids.
What does that?
Yeah,
What
12
does
kids
lupus
and-
do?
I think
basically,
JB has that as well. Justin Bieber.
It attacks your,
Kidney.
yeah, one of the organs, the kidney.
Yeah, it's a kidney.
And you can't cure it.
So then, why is he having kids?
He wants to
Thank
multiply
you,
now.
because
He
he
wants
wants
to
to
multiply. He doesn't
multiply.
want to
He
die,
wants
you
to
know.
leave a legacy. And that's a really stupid interpretation of what legacy is.
Yeah.
Like, kids you can't raise. Oh, yeah.
Just have your second name.
Traumatized children. Fantastic. Like,
I hear it. No, Nick's thing is a bit mad, but like on a normal type of thing where
Yeah.
I understand if the household, there's 5 kids and not.
can
all
you
of
be
them can
present
get-
for all of them? You're working a 9 to fucking 5, bro. Like,
both parents as well. If
Like,
they're both
it's
working.
so dumb. I can't understand. You guys, let me not talk.
I'm trying to have 3 though.
Because I wish we weren't so selfish.
2 and then 3.
Mistake.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
And that third kid is probably going to watch this.
Even if he doesn't watch it, he's gonna feel it.
baby.
He's gonna feel it. He's gonna feel it.
But yeah, that's smart. I do hear that like on a
I
level.
wish, I think we should be more thoughtful about like how we like reproduce.
Family planning.
For
So,
real.
so
Actually-
would you like adopt or do IVF?
Do you know what?
or
I
something?
wouldn't do. It's not about it is
Method.
about the natural process too. It's not all about that. I think I would definitely foster kids. I would foster like preteens, teenagers.
Yeah.
I think I have enough love in me to like pour out and like assist other people's fuck ups. No, seriously, but like,
Yeah.
there's already children out in the world that don't have enough love, and like,
sure.
if I was to foster one from like, I don't know, 13 to 18, that would be more than enough.
And would you think you would love them the same like your kid and the
If I'm
foster
welcoming you into my home, you're my fucking child. Like, I would pour love into you, 100%. And it's less about like the mechanics of child parent, and it's more about like giving people skills that they need at different ages. Now that like, let's say if I was like 40 years old, I'm comfortable as fuck, I have a lot of money, I have more free time, I would foster kids and like just give them essential skills. Like, what did I need at 13 that I didn't get? Basically, what do they need right now that they need a lot more of, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be according to their needs, but like, if I had that kind of time and that kind of money, I'd definitely do it for a good
Time
couple
and
of
money.
kids. Yeah.
Do you think you can boil down raising a child to like a science? Like there's like a, I guess like
But I
some
think
sort of a
also,
formula.
I think one of the key principles beyond all the like, because there's 1,001 books out there, beyond all of that is love, and it's really hard to boil that into a science. But bell hooks tried, and there's like 6 core ingredients, I think. Let me see if I can remember. There's care, commitment, knowledge, responsibility, honesty, and there's something else.
So like these are the 6
Yeah.
aspects of love that you can pour
Yeah,
into
that you
a
could
child.
pour into them, aside from all the other like mechanics of like
Raising a child.
yeah, how you raise a child. But like,
That's
I think
very- I like
love is
that.
also always the key one, because like, if you met people that are not held enough, like, oh,
Yeah.
they're
They
just
try to find love
they're so
outside.
insatiable. Like, shut up. Like, it's do you know what I mean? Like, you literally, I think what we forget, like all the idiots you meet as an adult, all the nuisances, is because they weren't raised right. There's a part of
That
like their
is-
upbringing that was flawed.
Yeah,
Like,
empty.
do you know what I mean? And like, I feel like if we're really careful with children, we can do better for the next generation of adults that don't have to.
We have access to knowledge.
Yeah, but
We do have the knowledge, and we're like,
access is not enough. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said access. I don't want to say we have the knowledge because a lot of people don't.
Yeah,
we have
we're
access to
selfish.
knowledge.
All
Selfishness,
kids
oh.
can be good.
What's again?
all people can be good.
all
though.
people
All kids
can be-
can be good.
Yeah, all people can.
Yeah,
be
You
good.
can't raise the perfect kid every time.
That's why you shouldn't have so many. You're listening to me. If we reduce
No, but
the
you
percentage,
That's not a
you
solution.
could raise a good kid, and he could raise a
A
menace.
good kid.
No,
Good kid.
Like, I'm just saying.
I
I'm
know,
just
man,
saying.
that's-
He could raise a menace.
yeah, but if he had 1 versus having 4, we have a less chance
True,
of
true,
him
true,
raising
true,
menaces.
So that's a gang.
Do you know what I mean? Yes. It's
You
a
have a
gang.
gang has come out of your household. A gang.
Do you get what I mean? Because it's not, 4 can't come out and only
Yeah.
1 menace and all the other 3 are untouched. No, we have 4.
if a-
One is
if-
just braver than the rest.
If one father had 4 foot boys under him,
And there are many, and you know
he's making
them.
bread. That's an empire.
Just blink right now, and you know those families. Blink right now, and you know those guys. Right now, you know the family of fucking dicks. You know them. You know, just walking around, just pissing off the society.
You thought of 12 families
Yeah,
there.
At least
I was just
he keeps blinking, he's like flashing.
There's too much.
He's pick collage.
There's too much medicine. No, like as in usually, do you know what? Usually when you see a guy that's bad, go check his family. That's usually.
And you guys, do you know the worst part? Guys will pretend that they don't know mad men.
Oh,
You
oh,
know
we know
mad
we know mad
men.
men.
I know mad people.
No mad. They're absolutely crazy.
I look at them like, bro, and you're mad. I say, bro, I know, bro, I know I'm mad. Like there's people that just, but
You're unwell.
listen, there's hope for all of. Well, is there?
Fundamental questions. Is
There's-
there hope for
there's hope
everybody?
for
Do you
some.
think everybody can be redeemed?
In terms of what? Go
And,
for
like,
it.
That's like in terms of wealth. I think
Redeemed.
that they could be better people. Like they could stop being like completely awful people, and by awful, all the metrics that you think of.
Yeah, humans have endless capacity to change.
Do you think?
Yeah, but will they?
That's
Or
the question.
yeah, will they?
'Cause this is,
Like, you see,
It's a
the issue
choice.
is us having the capacity to change does not mean that we
can
will,
change,
we're willing to, we care enough to, we will do what is required to change. It doesn't mean that. But the capacity
So
is
maybe
still
the
there.
capacity
it's
to be redeemed.
It's untapped potential.
maybe the capacity to be redeemed.
Yeah,
not
but
will-
like, do you
can
think
everybody?
can everybody be redeemed?
Oh, it depends on what you've done.
That's what I'm saying.
Depends on what
all
you've done.
The roll call of all the worst things.
Like, Jeffrey Dahmer to me will never be redeemed.
Yeah, serial killers can't be redeemed. I don't think so.
When we say redeem, what do we mean?
Like you could be
not
welcome
talking
back into
ICCG, bro.
society.
You can just
as a
welcome back into society.
as a functional, like, well-to-do person.
Nah.
Like you're a contributing member of
Or
the
like-
community.
I don't think they. Well, you say can.
Oh,
Depends on what you've done for me. Like,
And then
like
if they
think
can't,
about
if
it.
you think that there is a subset that can't, what do we do about them? That is not what we're currently doing. Because what we're currently doing, obviously, is not working.
Yeah, it's not working.
It's not working.
Because like, okay, like if Jeffrey Dahmer
Not
could,
Jesse. It's not nickname.
Jesse just DJ.
if Jeffrey Dahmer can be redeemed in your mind, he served his time. Would you be okay with him living next door to you?
Do you guess?
No, but okay, but when you say,
Do you get me? He served his
I would
time.
like
He's
to
done.
know
He's
the
done what
process.
he's done. Oh,
I like to know the process of what went through, what he like serving time. What
well,
what
according to our
doesn't do
society,
anything.
according to our society,
he just was
You're
in
more
prison.
likely to be a repeat offender, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
according to our society, redemption is spending time in a box for X amount of time. Did you get
Which
me?
is daft.
Yeah, I know. That's what, I understand what you're saying.
Then
I'm
again,
saying-
there's a part of me that is really bad. That I like kill everybody.
no, but like if
If they're bad, kill them.
if he was just in a box existing there, doing whatever, and I'll be very very scared to let him back into society.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, if he went through some like rigorous program, and I'm not saying that is the
The thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing, but I would feel a little bit, just a tiny bit more like, okay, but you still watch him like, oh, I don't know, but I'd have a
really
little
weird,
bit more
isn't
faith
it?
than just throw someone in the box and then coming out and then
Yeah.
thinking it'll just
Yeah,
change
I
for
think
time.
it depends on who and what they've done. Some people, to me, can never be
Are
redeemed.
not redeemable.
Using that metric of them serving their time and then coming back to live in a
It's
society,
insane 'cause we
and
do
it
it
just
all the
happens to be
time.
beside me, no, not a chance.
Yeah, yeah.
Are
Like,
you
So what do
so
you do
time.
about
alone
those
though?
people?
Huh?
Are you living alone or are you with family?
I don't
Are
think
you
it matters.
crazy? What's wrong?
Like,
No, because if I'm in family,
I know,
Because you
but,
can take Jeffrey Dahmer.
All of us are.
it's one of the white
but,
people.
you,
Oh,
but you know, all of his victims were
What you
guys.
looking
Right?
at you?
A lot of his, all of his
that's
victims
why
were
I'm
guys,
shaking
right?
my head at him like, yeah, I could take him
All
out,
of his
but
victims were
God.
guys.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so okay, they believe they're the ones that can
Yeah,
survive.
yes,
That's
yes,
fine. That's
yes,
fine.
yes.
What?
That's okay.
What are you talking about?
what are you talking
I'm
about?
dead.
You little waste man. I'm a never seen an Irish guy from
guy
Tala.
says he's gonna
Wait me,
headbutt
you. Wait me,
What you think you're doing,
What
you?
you talking about, you little dope, yeah? About eating people. Wait me. You're eating lonely. I tell you that. Tell you that for free.
You'll be hungry, yeah, I tell you.
it's true though.
Let him be so-
He couldn't do that in Tala.
No way you can do that,
Try
Tala.
that in Tala.
Oh my God, it's awful.
In Jobstown,
Get out
right?
of here, man. I'll
Chase him out.
give you 10 seconds. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
That's very true. He couldn't do that, Tala.
Head on to McDonald's, me. Head off. Man, the white people, Irish people,
That is hilarious.
they'll talk you out of that murder. You remember that?
Facts.
Are you sure you want to kill me, yeah?
Jimmy told me that
Sure?
tomorrow.
Like, do it. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
God.
Look, I'm not
Yeah,
doing
go
it.
on.
It's gone. It's alright.
Oh
But
my
yeah, no, I
God.
don't know. It's mad. Let's talk about poetry, man.
Ew, we're talking poetry.
Okay, so obviously, for people that don't have much context, right?
Yeah.
You started. Okay, you can tell us when you started doing poetry, but like, and then can you even just tell us what you're doing at the moment in terms of like, we know you're on a curriculum. Are you on it already or?
2023. Ooh, they're gonna do the exams this year. So yeah, and 2025.
Right. So I mean, so
Is it the same poem? or they're asking
There's
for more?
an extra one, I think.
Okay, that's cool.
Actually.
Sick. So obviously for people who maybe from like the US, we have US people. We have, no.
Swaggo.
Yes, no. Yeah, so we have UK, Nigeria. So like I guess the A levels, is it junior cert or senior cert?
Leaving cert.
Leaving cert. So like
Yeah.
So the exams you do just before you go to university or college, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
so
poem is on that.
her poem is on that, and
Which
that's
is
a
crazy.
massive thing. That's a mass.
Don't
No, as
watch me.
wait, so no, Feli, no, on a real thing. That's
pants.
heavy.
Do you the first time I thought about it, when you first made the announcement, was it 2020 or 2019 that your first poem was?
2020.
2020.
Yeah, it was 2020.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
to myself, there's going to be a kid
Yeah.
that will open his exam book
Bro.
and you'll not see Felicia with your surname. I'm like, that is, and it's a Nigerian surname. That's insane.
Crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
She said no.
all I saw was Sylvia Plath and WB Yates or whatever his name is. Like,
Yeah.
and not obviously
My name
great
is on, I
poems.
saw my name on the same list as WBA.
That's
crazy.
I was actually like, yo, not really that.
That's crazy.
Not me with that.
Like, for real.
Not so the levels like are you the first black?
I don't know. There's African Americans that have been on the curriculum, I believe.
Okay,
But I-
first
But
black
you're the
Irish,
first black.
Yeah, I'm the first black Irish. I'm probably the youngest as well.
which is crazy.
Yeah, that's a
youngest
double
in
whammy.
general.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
double-
double whammy.
that's a double
I'd
whammy.
say I'm the youngest poet on the leaving cert. Yeah,
which is
I can confidently
crazy,
say that.
guys. So it's a big deal what Felicia's doing. But yeah, talk to me about the start of this.
Which part? Oh my god, poetry is deep for me. Which part? Like
When
how
did
I
you start
started?
like getting into poetry?
Oh, professionally, I started getting into poetry. I think after college, I represented Maynooth University when I was in college for like a poetry slam. Cut the bug heavy. I was already writing like from when I was a teenager. And then I just started gigging. One of my first
doing
proper
open
gigs
mics
was
and
with
stuff.
Hair Squared.
Oh,
They
okay.
were on the same lineup as me for St. Patrick's Festival. It was at
Meeting House Square.
no, not Meeting House Square. What's this building called? National Concert Hall.
Oh, I think I remember that.
National
I think
Concert
I remember
Hall.
that. Yeah.
There was a good few of us, but it was the first time like I was in a proper like fuck off audience. Like it was a big audience, and
Yeah.
I remember I had my poem in my hand, but I didn't end up using my sheet. But it was such an exhilarating moment for me. I was like, oh my god, see the building, see the sky scraping. What? I felt like a bad bitch. And then after that, I was like, what? I'm doing this shit. Like, people are paying me for something that's just coming out of my brain.
Yeah,
Easy.
come on.
Yeah, and then I think I got picked up by Word Up Collective.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had me for a hot minute. They helped me with, like, just getting gigs. And I just jet off on my own. I started, like, getting deeper into what I wanted to play with within my poetry. I got into, like, theater with my poetry. I signed up for Dublin Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
With my friend Agogo Hart, and there was 300 people that signed up that year with like an entry of what they would put up on stage, right? Because Dublin Fringe Festival, for people that don't know, basically it's a festival for all types of arts, hence the Fringe name, but basically something that could be staged and performed. And they basically help you with, if you get picked from the application, they help you with a venue and probably like some connections, but basically you fund it yourself, you get the people to do it yourself, and there's this kind of like an independence to like creation process, but with some sort of an assistance, and they give you tips if it's your first time, blah blah blah. So when we put in the application, we didn't have a script though. We didn't have any script.
Yeah.
We were going on vibes. We're going on vibes. Put in the application, we were out of 300 people that entered, I think we were 80. We were one of 80.
Oh, sick. Is that
We
the
were
is that the play
nobodies.
that you did in town?
Yeah. Remember Boy Child?
Yeah, Boy Child. I remember.
We did it in Connolly Books.
It's like a bookstore and then the theaters behind
and
it.
The theater is behind. It was really nice in Temple Bar. It was the first time we were like, somebody gave us a shot. And we were looking at each other like, and they don't know what we don't know already.
Yeah.
How do we finesse
Yeah,
this?
do you know what I mean? We finessed the shit out of it. We got all our friends to be actors. What?
Yeah.
2 of those people actually are actors now.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were in training during that time.
Crazy.
So basically, I just started doing all the things I wanted to do. I think one of the things that helped me with poetry and my creative process and my career is just following my instincts and doing all the things I wanted to do.
Okay.
I just did it.
Class.
And since then, it's just kind of like been a steady kind of climb
Yeah.
till like I quit my day job, etc., etc.
I mean, so you're a full-time poet.
Yeah, for the past 3 years now.
What would you call yourself? Would you call yourself a poet or like?
I call myself a poet, performer, playwright.
Okay. Okay.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
you're an artist now as well, releasing music and
Yeah.
all that.
I've started playing with music.
Poet, performer, playwright. So PPP.
Is
PPP.
it PPP?
You're an idiot. Oh my god.
What do you
But
call
yeah,
that? What do you
it
call that?
helps.
No.
It helps.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say alliteration, but that's wrong.
It is alliteration.
Is
You're
it?
right.
Oh, ha ha ha.
Believe in yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, today I didn't have a great day with the nouns and the.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
So
Yeah.
Would you say poetry comes easy to you?
Poetry.
Yeah. Like writing down the.
Do you know what? Yeah. A good bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's your process like in making poems? Do you like? Would you think of a topic or first, or would you
Just write down what comes in.
write work? Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So
thi-
so if somebody told you to talk about the intricacies of the plant,
Yeah.
you could just like start writing about.
Also,
Yeah.
you could freestyle.
No, I didn't say that.
But you could start like okay, I
I don't
understand
like
what you're saying.
freestyling in public. It makes me shy.
Yeah,
I don't have enough. I could do it. I just haven't done enough of it to feel comfortable doing it.
Did you always have a great command of the English language?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think because of the things I was drawn to. I used to read a lot. I still read, but
Okay.
I used to chew books, man.
yeah.
Like I was obsessed with knowledge. I still am. Like I
Yeah.
love learning. I love figuring things out. I love knowing what is happening with things.
Okay.
I studied English and sociology. I studied like communication studies.
Yeah.
Communication is a big thing for me. Learning how things work, but in a social manner, is important to me. So, like how I consume knowledge or information filters out in a poetic manner. That makes
Sick.
sense.
Sick.
So there's always something to talk about.
Okay. I think what you mentioned something about communication, right? Because not only do you communicate through the writing, but as in now you said like performer, playwright,
Yeah.
and so I've seen from what I saw early days. Of course, you have your poems and you like spoken word it, like you'd speak it out, and now but obviously now the levels have gone crazy, and now you're doing proper bigger things. That communication, right? Okay, so when I hear communication, I don't just only think about talking to like Laul Simon. It's like, oh, like what's the basic conversation. I think about
Like the public speaking aspect of it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like being on stage and conveying whatever is going on in here.
Yeah.
To the audience.
And really making sure, not making sure, but really communicating effectively enough
That the
people
audience gets it.
say like, I got what she meant. Not
Yeah.
even every single line, but I feel what she
Yeah.
was trying to make me feel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a skill in itself.
Absolutely. I think it's really important also.
Yeah.
That not just... I don't think an artist should just create for expression if it's going out to the public.
Yeah.
That I think the other side of after you get out of the studio is that your audience should be impacted by what you've created.
Sure.
So it is your job, essentially, to deliver that to them.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, oh, this is what I created, I love it, that's it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there needs to be
Yeah.
a lot more layers of thought. And I think one of the things that actually I quite find interesting whenever I watch different types of performers, because I'm predominantly theater and performing poetry and performing like poetry with my music.
Yeah.
But when I watch like singers or rappers, I think their stage presence is really interesting because one of the things that they often don't know about is the in-between of the songs. Like, you ever watch a performer and they really are really good at performing and they're great at delivering the song, but they kill dead air for about a minute and a half before they
next
have to
song.
pick up the energy again for the next song. So even those things it's art.
Yeah.
The entire like landscape of from the minute I get the mic to me leaving the stage is an art in itself.
Yeah.
Like, you staying connected to what I'm saying, you being drawn to what I'm saying, you anticipating what I'm about to do next. All of these are really important. You feeling like, one of the things I also had to learn, sorry, I'm talking a lot, but like, I love art. One of the things I loved learning about was my poems when I started off can be really, really heavy.
Okay.
Right? They'll be really emotionally jarring, and sometimes people get quite emotional when like they're listening. So one of the things I used to do, that I still do if I'm doing a heavy set, is make people laugh in between my pieces.
Yeah.
So I could do
That's the
three,
best way to break the tension.
yeah, I'll do two like really heavy pieces or three heavy pieces, and then I make them laugh for about a minute and a half before I pick up a next piece.
Next
Do you know
one,
what I mean?
yeah.
Or like learning how to take care of your audience emotionally whenever you're performing. I think I could
See,
ramble on and on, but
you're
so
right
much
though.
to it.
You're like, okay. You mentioned even with like rappers or singers, and again, because you have a sick song. I've seen so many people that have sick songs, like dope songs.
Yeah.
Don't know how to perform it, and the song is lost. Not that the song itself is bad now, but
But
it's
the
like,
performance of
yes, it
doesn't
now
land.
just
It's lost something.
It lost me, and it's, a lot of it is like conviction, bro. Like, do you believe what you're speaking? Like, I don't know if you
Say
believe your
swear.
lyrics. Say swear. You know what I mean? So like, and then so when we talk about performance, performance and communication, that like all that you said, there is so much. There's so much to performing.
Yeah.
There's so many little skills
yeah.
that you need to
Little,
acquire
little
along the way.
Small things.
along the
I
way.
was saying like you have to take these people from A to Z, like take them through this whole journey.
Yeah.
And
Make
your
them
job
stay
is
too.
keep them engaged.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
it's
much
not an
harder
easy
than it
job.
looks. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
this is why it's very frustrating to me when you see artists just go on stage and just vibe. I'm like, bro,
I hate vibe.
Like,
I
you're
hate
just chilling.
Do you
can
know
do
what I
so
hate?
much
Let me
more.
tell you top two things I hate on stage. A lot of things annoy me on stage in general when I watch other performers. But top two things: when you go up there and I know you don't have a plan.
you can tell.
You can tell.
You can tell.
Yeah, no,
You can tell.
But it's
Do you
only
think I'm a fool as an audience member?
no.
One, let me just give you
You're
my
a performer.
two pet peeves.
You're a performer.
My two pet peeves.
Yeah.
One, I can tell you don't have a fucking plan. You don't know what to do next. You and your DJ are just figuring it out now. Two, why are there 15 of you on stage? Only 1.5 of you know the lyrics. Why is there 15 man on stage?
You know,
why? Why can't, like, I don't believe you as a performer now, because you need 12 backups that don't know the song, that's skipping on stage. Sit down.
I
Sit
hear it.
down.
No, but don't you feel that that's because it's you are a different
have knowledge.
audience
No, it's not
member.
just that I'm a different artist. I appreciate
No, audience,
arts
audience.
In
You're a
general.
different
I'm
audience.
A different audience. Yeah, because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
But like, because the thing is, I hate when I can see the potential as well.
Yeah.
Like, low key, I want to get like maybe another 4 or 5 years in the game. Maybe people respect me a bit more before I start giving advice. Because I would love to, like, there's some artists I'm like, I love your fucking talent. Can I help you tweak? Can you just do these and do like just? And the thing is, another thing is, especially in Ireland, where we are, I know we struggle with these. We are struggling. We struggle with effective criticism,
Yeah.
receiving and giving.
Yeah.
I think like constructive criticism in a lot of areas. I don't know if it's Irishness. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I'm like, I really think we could elevate even further if we have some sort of I don't know.
Do you feel like it's because we
mentorship?
do you feel like it's because we celebrate mediocrity too much?
Hey, whoa. I plead the fifth.
So yes. So yes, basically.
No, wait.
We do. As in, no,
We
but
do. I do.
isn't that a
We
thing
do
that we
celebrate.
celebrate?
And I
Like, we
like
champion it.
celebration. No, I want to clap for everybody. I really do.
Does everyone deserve to be clapped for?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, you don't need to answer that question.
No,
I don't believe
obviously
everyone,
not.
Everyone shouldn't be clapped for.
But do you know what? Again, potential is so important.
No, my
Nurturing
problem.
potential
I
is
think
so
I think
important.
my problem is the thing that kind of frustrates me about it is the more we clap for everyone, the more we actually dilute in the quality of what we actually have to give. You get me?
Yes.
So there are some people here that do a phenomenal job, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
And then we're giving them the same amount of praise as someone that could be doing a lot better. And they have either the knowledge, they have the proximity to the people that are doing great things, but yet you're not taking the hint. And they can't because
begging you.
but see, they can't take the hints because they're getting the same praise.
Do you know? Also, I think what's interesting is proximity to people that look like they're doing great has been a thing.
Yeah, I hear it.
Do you get what I mean?
I hear
Like,
it.
let's say, oh, I'm a great artist, and Pelumi is a mediocre artist.
Pelumi.
But Pelumi is always hanging around me. That is
pedo.
the great artist. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they have the same resources as me. So now they clap for me and Pelumi in the same way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of that can happen as well in the industry, especially if, like, again, if potential is right there. I think it's really hard to... I think what we're all struggling with is, like, this person maybe still have 2 more years of growth, but why should I shit on while they're still growing?
Fair.
I hear it, but that's you mentioned it, like, we don't know how to give effective criticism,
Yeah.
right?
So that could be an error.
So that's like...
But who's open to that in general?
No,
To give
I think people are
criticism?
becoming a little bit more open. I'm not saying that we're there,
Yeah.
but I'm saying people have become like, if they see, all people need to see. You said you need to be 4 or 5 years in the game, right? Before people can start, before you can start giving advice. But that's for you to feel comfortable giving advice.
Yeah.
It's not so much about, like, if you told me about performance, promise you, I'm with my notebook and I'm writing down, because I know that where you are, although it's not where you want to be, is a big thing for me.
I see what you mean.
Do
Yeah.
you understand? Like, man are asking me.
But that's the thing. I feel like you're a special type of person for the way you'd receive it. There's a lot of... Huh?
Like, he's open.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that will look at her, and the insecurity that she has is the reason why they wouldn't listen to her.
Yeah, no.
Do you get me? They'll be like, oh, you haven't been doing it long. What gives you the right to talk to
Yeah.
me?
I understand, but like, I guess I can only speak.
Even
Even though.
Even though, like, there's a lot of people that I've spoken to, not even on a. Then okay, so for example, they say our podcast. Someone that wants to start a podcast.
Yeah. This is a great setup, and it's hard though.
Yeah, but like, even when like someone comes in and they want us to do a podcast,
Yeah.
and they ask me, not because I'm 10 years in the game, we're 2.5 years in the game. They just know that you've done this a little bit. What can you and some people who are not, like, you know, they're not me. They would ask me, Dave, what do you think we did wrong and what do you think we did right? Like, the people, I'm beginning to see it more and more. And people are saying, yo, I want to know, because I know that not that you are anywhere, but you are higher than where, like, you know what I mean? You're more advanced
you
in the
definitely
journey.
know what you're doing
So-
in relation to where I'm at.
Like,
Yeah.
someone's just starting poetry right now today, and they don't think that ask somebody that's on the leaving cert curriculum. Like, you have access to that person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I feel a lot of people don't do that. I think a lot of people don't do that.
But also, if you think about it, like where I am at specifically, it's hard to even one of the reasons why it's even hard to give advice as freely is how new the space is
To
even
you
to me.
or to you? Okay.
Not even just to me, but like in the community in general. Like
We
there
don't have
isn't-
3-4
they
people in
don't
these
have,
spaces.
Like there isn't 5 Feli speakers running around.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but
Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
Or
but if somebody asked,
like even 2 that I can look at, like I'd be like,
But
Hey,
I
yo,
don't
can
think
you
you have to
help me
get to
for a
that
minute?
stage before they can ask for help, though.
yeah,
yeah.
like genuinely, if somebody asks right now about like how to, I know there's only one you, but like
But
there's a
even the
wealth
how
of
to-
knowledge there,
I think part of why the how to is would even still be difficult
because they're
is
still trying to figure out.
it's like because it's so new. Like what
Yeah.
I'm doing there isn't a handbook for this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like there's
It's
no
literally
template.
decision by
I'm
decision
literally
by decision.
creating my template.
Yeah, but I completely understand.
Do you know what I mean?
I-
A poet that does theater, that does commissions, that is playing with music, but is still a poet in the music. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of branches of what I'm doing that doesn't make sense.
Can I ask this, right? I think it's not so much about how did you get to where you are right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
your
yeah.
position. It's about maybe it's like I want to start, or I'm been doing this for a minute. Not that I want to get to your position, but what processes do you do that can potentially help me? I may
Yeah.
take them, I may not take them, but it's not. I think the problem is most times we look at how can I become the best this person or best this.
Yeah, rather than the best version of myself.
Yes, and
yeah.
what can you give me
that would help?
That would just help
process. Yeah.
me just progress. You know, I don't like a lot of so like what we do is we look at successful people and look at what they're doing now.
Yeah,
And not
They're
what they did.
successful.
Yeah, everything has changed. Or things have changed.
A lot of things have changed. Like he's waking up at 5 a.m. He's in the gym at 6 a.m. He's eating a healthy breakfast. He has a chef. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that they have now access to because of what has happened in the process beforehand. So I also would ask, like, not even how'd you get there? What was before you were here? What was your life like there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And not to say that I'm gonna copy every single thing, but there's principles that you can grab from them. Like I always say,
that's part of why I do interviews rather than like specific mentorships necessarily. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and even with that, like, it would be more like I'm transferring a specific skill than like I'm mentoring somebody through something. But I think one of the things I always do say, whenever people ask like about my journey or my process, it's actually what we touched on earlier, entrepreneurship.
yeah,
Like making it or being in a great position as a creative in something that you have never like done before, other people haven't really done before, is getting that business mindset of it. Like you need to be able to juggle the creative and the business aspect of the same thing. Like learning the business journey of poetry doesn't even make sense. Like learning like you gotta raise your prices, learning like how you refer to emails, learning about how you maneuver having an assistant, learning about how people treat your assistant, what like the repercussions of your behavior, learning about like what you demand. Like it's really, really interesting, like learning to gauge what like becomes reputable. Like it might be nothing to you, but like learning to see what other people see as a check in relation to you, right?
Yeah.
And then how to rank that in the game. There's so many like
A lot of things.
intricacies, but one of the things that really did help me was when I finished my undergrad degree, I did a postgrad in communication studies and public relations. And I remember for my project or my thesis thing, I did it on myself as a brand, as Feli Speaks. This is way before anything picked up. But I needed to learn how to market Feli Speaks as a brand. Like, if the writing, like, if all things go well, we're writing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If all things go well, we're writing. What are you going to do next?
Yeah, for sure.
Basically was the question asked.
Yeah.
Like, they approach you. Yeah, you get the deals. What do you do next? And so I have really had to think about all those things. And I'm still learning in that journey. I suppose the need to feel more established is so that the advice could be more solid when it's asked.
Sure.
I have a question. Now that you've achieved everything you've achieved, what new insecurities have come to the surface?
It will.
I've been thinking about it since I'm like most times people are always like, "Oh, I want to get this and I want to get there," and then once you get there, it's like, okay, now I don't want to lose anything.
No, I want to hide a lot.
You want to hide a lot.
Yeah.
Like you want to hide
As it like
you
want to hide, or you want to hide things.
No, I want to hide like Felicia a lot more. Like, cause technically there's a lot of Feli Speaks that needed to be curated. Does that make sense? So then like a lot of the personal self, and also because a lot of your life goes into your art. Do you know what I mean? It goes into the inspiration.
There's a lot of vulnerability in what you do.
I've already exhausted vulnerability that might not look very obvious to people because it's masked in art.
Yeah.
But because I know it's gone out there in multiple folds, in different types of videos, the more I release with Feli Speaks, the more I'm like, let me keep Felicia special for the people that deserve to see her.
That's very
Have you had any like mental lighting blocks?
Ooh, I used to
How did you like get out of that?
get out of writing blocks. Reading.
Reading books?
Yeah, reading books, consuming other forms of art, and also like talking myself out of overthinking it. Because writing blocks is really you just overthinking it. You write the way you write anyway. Do you get what I mean?
very
Like
simple.
really,
Innit?
like,
That's very simple.
you
Well,
really like you thought about it way too hard, and you know you did. Like you thought about how somebody else would read it, how they're gonna take this, blah blah blah. When you take the pressures off, they hired you because you write the way you write.
Just do that.
Just do it. Just keep doing it. Just do it.
And you might not like it, but like,
Yeah, that's
you
what
can't,
it is.
it can't be an excuse to not write. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Do you get
So
it?
the first piece you will write, you won't like it, and you go again.
No, you
and
might
write.
you might like it instantly, but like what I'm saying is, writing block is the idea that nothing is coming, right? And my answer to that is because you've thought about it so much,
much.
that you've blocked yourself. Like it's not something that didn't block you; you blocked yourself.
It was you.
You are your own obstacle.
You did it to yourself. You're like, oh, you thought about it so hard. You were like, I don't have anything. That's ridiculous. There's always something to write about, because there's always something in your mind. And I think the pressure of it being like the
can't-
most excellent thing you have ever created, that's so stupid.
You could write about writer's block, innit?
I've done that before.
Literally.
I've written a
Literally.
poem about how much I hate math.
Wow.
Yeah. I was
Like
I hate
mathematics?
Math. Yes. I was in secondary school. I was like, I hate mathematics so much. I'm going to write a poem. I was so angry because I was so angry I was writing it.
When do you know when to stop?
When to stop?
Like when to stop a poem?
That's very good. That's very good.
Do you know one of the things I do when I write is, like I write like 2 lines now. It might be a slightly, there's a part of me that's like, likes to rub my own head. I write 2 lines, I'll read out loud like, yeah. Do I like that?
Yeah.
I'll read out those lines. I'm like, does it, like, because the thing is, one of the things I try and remember, or that I think I do naturally every time I write, is that I'm thinking about how it sounds because it's to be performed.
Yeah.
I'm not a page poet, so I'm a performative poet. So if I'm writing something down, I have to say it out loud to myself. And then I have to agree with what I've written.
Okay.
And then I continue. I'm
You
like,
write- would you write first and then say, or would you say?
yeah, I'll write first and say.
Okay.
So I could be 3 lines in. Maybe I'm unsure about the 3rd line or the end of the 3rd line. I'll say it out loud, see if it fits in my mouth properly.
Yeah.
See if it fits with the cadence. If I'm not sure, I'll leave it, continue with the rest of the subject matter, come back, edit maybe that part that didn't fit before based on what the next 2 lines are, said out loud. So it's all about sound and how it... And how
Okay.
do you know what I mean?
So that's interesting,
it's
right?
very, very... Poetry is very sonic for me.
Right. Okay. That's very interesting because when I was rapping, I never wrote down. I
You
never
said it
wrote
out
down
loud.
lyrics. It was all how it sounded here.
Yeah.
And so I would write, and then after I finished, and I would repeated it, and I would like a lot of my raps, different things sounded different.
Yeah.
From the last time I performed it. Maybe
Yes, because you changed.
So I've changed it. I realized that this thing. Now I give talks. I preach, on a Tuesday. I don't write. I write after I've preached. Like as in.
No, I get that.
You understand? Like,
No,
so
no, I
I
can
would have,
understand
I
that.
would have said everything out, mental noted like 3 points here, blah blah, blah, and then I write everything down because, yeah, that's how my
That would
process.
be hard for me because the words are floating in my head.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
Like,
So you need,
I see words and visuals at the same time.
Okay.
So the words are floating in my head. So I have to put it down because there's other words coming.
Yeah, I found
Do you know
that.
what I mean? Like I'm like,
yeah.
and then it's about after the words have arrived. Then it's
Fixing
about
it.
the sound that goes with the words, and then if it conveys the theme enough. And sometimes a poem can arrive with a sound before the words.
Yeah.
So they go really hand in hand. So like
That's
say it could come with like a feeling, right?
Yeah.
There's been days where I felt like there are words under my skin. Like my hands could be itching. I'm like, I have to get it out of my hands.
It's okay.
It's really
You
weird.
okay?
No, it's very strange. One man be one. Oh man, so it really does depend. And I think the evolution of me going into music with it is that it comes with a sound, like it comes with a beat in my head. So now I'm writing and I'm fitting it around, and this is very new for me. So like it could come sonically, but the fact that now it comes, sometimes a piece could come with a beat that feels like a hook, but it's still a poem. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Any rust, and I think another thing that's evolved with my performances in the past maybe 3-4 years has also been like, yeah, I deliver my poetry like as it should sound, but sometimes now it feels like there are words that have characters.
Yes.
Like some of the words have a personality in how I say it. So maybe I'm saying, whenever she smiles, she has a snarl, right?
Yeah.
So instead of saying whenever she smiles, she
Yeah.
has a snarl.
Uh,
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, so I can taste what I want it to do to your ears.
yeah.
It's so weird.
Nah, it's cold. It's cold. I
Oh.
even this. Yeah, I heard it. That's alliteration as well, isn't it? But with the S, what's that?
I'm dead.
That's
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
I love the way
You just want us to know,
I
Abi?
know things.
Yeah, you just want us to know.
I
We know.
things,
Thanks.
I'm
Alliteration
a
with the S.
knower. But yeah, art is
What?
gorgeous.
I mean, what?
I said art is gorgeous. It's so much
It's
fun.
beautiful. And
Like the
there's so much-
intricacies of it.
yes.
Oh.
There's so much. There's too much.
I think the way
Ooh.
you think of it is different.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
so-
very.
I'm
it's very
obsessed.
different.
It's really weird because like
Very
obviously
different.
we've done plenty of rehearsals together, and everything she's saying like I've seen it in person.
Yeah, you're clocking that.
Oh my god.
Do you get me? Like we'd be rehearsing and like we'll go through the piece and that one word is being said that very specific way and it makes you feel uncomfortable every time.
Yeah.
But she says it that same way every time. Do you get me? It's just like, oh, so there's intent
There's
there.
intention behind.
Do you get me? There's intent there, and it just is not all coming together. It's-
What's the difference between a story and a poem? I know the obvious one, right? But I was having a chat about this.
I think you infer more with a poem than you say.
Yes.
So with a story, you tell them everything.
Yeah.
With a poem, you let their imagination tell them parts.
There you go. There you go.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
You leave.
That just brought me back to English
So,
class.
so parts of the poem you leave for your audience to have. It's
interpret.
now
Yeah.
personal
That's
to
why
them.
poems in English class, it was up
Yeah,
to
so it-
interpretation.
Yeah, what
makes sense
So
when
it
you
can
try.
get, it's coming back right all the way back
I-
because it can then get really. There's some people with art, with different types of art, especially with poems, they get really personal with you.
Yeah.
And you're like, why are you behaving like that?
Right. So Jaffa and I had this conversation. Like he can say more. Sorry, he can be clearer
Yeah,
with his poetry or his spoken word
Yeah.
over his actual music.
yeah, I can
and,
imagine.
wow.
and I hear it. No, yeah, I hear it because when we were talking about like he was saying that he's gonna write one. I don't know if he's still gonna do it, but like he would rather write a poetry book because there, and I understand what he's saying. There, he can really, as you say, convey everything more clearer, and the emotion will be felt by the reader, and obviously more into, as you said, is open for more
Interpretation, yeah.
interpretation.
Yeah.
But he feels like he has left more
Yeah,
in the poem over
Yeah.
the music.
Do you know
No, I
what's
get that.
fascinating about that? Yeah, like, so you're a rapper, she's a poet. Like, there's so many similarities,
Yep.
but like, you're still so worlds
but
apart.
the delivery is
Yeah.
It's,
different.
do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So like Jaffa saying that like he can get more out of a poem than a rap piece. It's just like wait, what?
Because,
It
do you
almost
know,
doesn't
I can
compute.
get that because do you know I've been fascinated with rap for a while, but like it's one of those I'm doing so much right now. I don't have the time to conquer it as a thing. And I'd love
Yeah.
to study it, but with poetry, I think one of the things that Jafari seems to be doing that I'm really terrified about is leaving my poem on a page, because then you don't get to hear how I want you to hear it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I don't get to gift you what it sounds like in my head.
So you're losing control of sorts.
There's a certain loss of control. So I'd rather you. That's why I've decided videos are great. I'd rather you, because also it's very visual for me. I'm trying to leave the space of like I'm just standing in a field. Do you get
Yeah.
me? That's part of why like Tough Meat, when I dropped that, it was so important for me because I wanted you to see what
Everything.
the text and the world that came with the text, what that looks like, and then to press play and relive it over and over again till it hits something inside you. Do you know what I mean? Like that, because I feel like leaving it on a page, I'm like, oh, but you don't know what comes with it.
Right,
You
like
don't
you don't
know
know what
the
it really meant,
madness.
It's very. We can have a conversation forever about this, but
Yeah,
I
we
know,
could.
I know.
But
There
I
was
probably gotta
like
go.
we have to fly now, anyways. But there was when I think about the words and then the performance of it.
Yeah.
I know there was one time when I write sometimes. There was one time I wrote something so sick. I thought it was like the coldest thing ever. I said to the guy that was shooting videos for me, I goes, I can't release this unless you do it like a daily duppy. You know the daily duppy?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
said, I
Words
can't
coming
because
out, yeah.
I the worst thing for me is when I spat something so cold and I know you didn't catch it. And the reason you didn't catch it
Just
was
because you
just,
didn't hear it or you didn't see it coming.
just
Yeah.
so it's frustrating for me.
I
Sometimes.
hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate when I give you a nugget and you didn't catch it.
You didn't catch it,
The
yeah.
Now I have to see this part
And
of
then
why
you have to go back.
Do you know what I mean? That's part of why, like, I start inventing ways to say the word, so
Yeah.
I force you to listen to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like saying it with that extra bit of intention means you are hearing it.
Yeah.
Cause like I hate that, cause do you know how much you can pack into a poem, especially when it's now like, let's say the emotion is like fast paced and it's energetic, and I'm dropping all the bars, and because it's packed into 2.5 minutes, you don't catch everything.
Everything is crazy.
It's
mad.
maddening.
It's mad, yeah.
Thank God for video.
Well, you know, listen, we gotta fly. Thank you so much. Like, really,
Yeah, it's
I think
fun.
with Felicia, you can have 3-hour conversations about topics each. Like, do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
one topic we can go here for 3 hours and then here, but you know, our it's been great. We
Thank
asked a question at
you.
the end of the podcast. Where's your head at?
Truthfully,
Yes.
I want to get laid, so that's where my head at. That's where my head is at.
Hey,
That's,
TJ,
I think
is
that's
the
the
camera
first
on
one.
me?
I think that's the first one we had.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about sex, so I'm gonna go. Bye.
And what about you, brother?
I'm just
play.
looking forward to this week. Hoping it's better than last week.
Nice.
Rough week last week.
Yeah.
No, good week.
Well,
Yeah.
good week as well.
Yeah, but it's rough. It's rough.
Up
yeah,
and down.
Yeah. It's more down than up, but
Yeah.
it'll be better next year by God's grace.
Be off
Let's
in
be honest.
Jesus' name.
Me, I banged my head yesterday. Crazy.
You bang your head.
Yeah, bad.
Ice skating, I heard,
Ice
yeah?
skating. They had to wheel him out in a wheelchair.
Jeez.
Yeah, we'll put the picture
Inserts.
Now.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they banged my head, bro. I banged my head.
You bang your own head.
No,
Banged my
dude.
own head.
As if you paid money to bang your
Things
head.
were slow after, man. Trust me.
Fuck. Concussion?
I couldn't tell you.
Distressed.
Potentially.
Possibly, like I,
Yeah.
as in, see, so I fell backwards. They said
From their opinion. Yeah, one
they said
One song, one nick there.
Oh shit.
so
No,
my-
no, they were asking for your name.
Yeah,
You couldn't
I
respond.
heard them.
Oh, who
I
gave up
heard
your
them.
ID?
As I heard what they were saying, I just
Fuck.
at that time
You were
things
off.
were coming back. So I knew that okay, I've fallen. Then also I was like, okay,
I'm not okay.
I'm not great now. I couldn't feel my legs for a second. Oh,
Jesus,
good God,
that's
knows.
scary.
My legs were like, ooh. And then things were coming. As he was coming back slowly, he's asking me for money. I said, I'm not responding to this guy. And I put my head over. And then eventually he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm brand new." Then
You're
I
not
got,
brand new.
yeah, I got up. They got the chair from me, and I was kind of happy about it.
That they got you a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you would have
It
fallen
was
again.
it was a
and would have
moment
been
because like
embarrassing.
I've always wanted to be a footballer. All right, hear me on this.
How does that have to do
Here's
with
my
ice
logic.
skating?
Here's my thinking. I've always wanted to be a footballer.
I don't see the
I
connection.
always loved when a footballer got injured
And then they wheeled him off. Yeah,
they were
okay.
out in a stretcher.
So
and,
you got to
and
live a
wait,
moment.
so, and
Glory moments.
everyone was clapping for them.
Okay.
And then he's you know he's just doing. He's
But
doing
you know
that.
you didn't score a goal or anything.
I just gotta go. I fell. So when they were wheeling me out, people were looking. Like, obviously, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
was watching it.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Did you not have shame?
no shame whatsoever.
None.
I banged my
nobody was
head,
clapping, though.
and nobody was clapping. But
Obviously.
but I was clapping.
But you clapped.
I was clapping, and as I was clapping out,
Without shame.
without shame,
None.
they pushed me, and
They wheeled you out.
I'm
You know
allowed to do
children
this.
do not bang their head. They give them penguins. You didn't take a penguin.
No, I'm good. I'm actually not a bad skater. I'm not a bad skater. It was just that moment. And
Okay.
as I was clapping,
Were you with Babe?
yeah, I was with my team. But
It was a
yeah,
team.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Not a public disgrace.
Oh, publicly they yeah, and I
Shit.
clapped it out. But I was like, do you know what? If anyone says David's moving mad, I bang my head.
So you're actually prideful about your concussion.
If I do anything,
It's not even concussion.
even today, if I do anything today that's mad, I bang my head yesterday.
Did you get checked up?
It's the fact that it's so stupid.
He rubbed my head, and I was
No,
like,
because your brain may be shifted.
Yo, you didn't get checked up. No, seriously, you should.
You reckon?
Your brain may have shifted.
"Oh, you reckon, guys?"
No,
Yeah,
actually,
man.
no, you were out for a
Ah,
minute.
boys, come on! By his stripes, I am healed. Where's your head up, bro? Sleep safe, man. Where's your head up, mate?
Funny.
Where's your head up, pal?
Water is very important in life.
I can't believe.
Let me tell you
this.
why. We have no water in our house right now.
Oh, what are you going through?
No, I was showering. I was washing my head. Water stopped.
Oh,
Mid-shower.
no. How did you get the soap off?
Mid shower.
What did you do?
Because in my apartment we have like a big tank where the water goes in, and
Are
apparently
you living in Lekki? I don't
it's
get.
faulty. No, it's like I don't know where I'm living. I don't know where I'm living. It could be Lekki, I don't know. But like it has to fill up, so it was empty. So that's why the water stopped.
Oh,
so before that thing fills up, it's like an hour. So I was just chilling with shampoo on my head for an hour.
Chilling.
Just chilling with shampoo for
At
an
least you
hour.
have shampoo. Do you have hair to shampoo?
We have shampoo. We're done, yeah?
That's all.
Oh, that's good.
What time is the pod? That's what that is.
Anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe.
Thank you for watching
Oh,
and
follow
listening.
me at Feli Speaks, my favorite poet.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Felicia. See you guys soon.
Love.